Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field! Say goodnight to that baseball!
This is another one! It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas! He's the point, and it's alive! Hanson pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable!
Game number one of the day brought the runs, a 24-7 win for Tri-C in that matchup. Game number two today, it brings the rain. Live from a very dreary Ron Mottl Field in Parma, this is OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports in partnership with Holy Name Baseball, as today's matchup features the 3-5 Holy Name Green Wave and the 3-5 Shaker Heights Raiders. Hello friends, Nathan Smee flying solo this afternoon for you here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Should be a fun matchup between two teams looking for their fourth win of the season. Last year, these two teams faced off here at Ron Mottl Field, and it was all Holy Name from the start. A 10-0 first inning led to a 17-0 overall win for the Namers. Absolute domination in 5 innings. Of course, though, some different names and faces on both ends of this matchup. The interesting thing is, you bring back a lot of talent on both sides, but better players. Will it be the same exact result, or did Shaker get that much better from last year, which it looks like option B is the most likely of those two scenarios, as they're 3-5 on the year. They finished last year 7-21. They beat Bishop Watterson on the road in Columbus, which is their best win of the season. And the man who threw that game, allowing only 1 run, was Wesley Lewis. He is on the mound again today for Shaker Heights, as they look for a big win over Holy Name. And on the opposite end, it is Connor Preisel's younger brother trying to emulate older bro today. It's Brendan Preisel pitching for Holy Name. This will be his second outing of the year. A perfect ERA, but 0-1 on the year. He pitched against CHCA in Cincinnati, allowed 3 unearned runs in that outing. Unfortunately for him, that does give him the loss in the matchup. We'll see today what he can do. This was his turn to go. Of course, there was some pregame chatter as to if Harrison Frank would get the nod on the mound. The answer was no. However, for the first time this season, Harrison Frank is going to play in the field. He will be out in center field today for Holy Name. After last year and after committing to Gardner Webb to pitch, he decided to transition into a PO role for the Namers. In the end, opted to go and hit today in warm-ups, and he looked quite good from where I was standing. A lot of really strong swings from start to finish in the round. He'll be out in center field. He'll be batting ninth today, as he hasn't seen any varsity action in the batter's box since the 3-0 loss against Lake Catholic at Gilmore last season. But he is ready to jump right back in it. And as well for the Namers, an interesting lineup change. Initially, Noah Kushlak, the sophomore, was supposed to get the nod over at shortstop today. In the end, he was injured pregame. Grayson Briceley now starts out in left field. Joe Svets, the initial third baseman, moves to short, and that'll make room for Luke Hudak moving in from left field to go and play over at third today for Holy Name. An interesting move as here come your Holy Name Green Wave onto the field as they look to defend their home turf. So far this season, they are 2-0 at Ron Mottl Field, and they look to make it 3-0 today. Looking at the Namer defense, top to bottom, it is Brendan Price on the mound, Brendan Kisko doing the catching. So it is a Brendan squared battery today for Holy Name. It is Danny Reichel over at first base. It's Nick Nemeth over at second. At short, it's Joe Svets. At third, it is Luke Hudak. And from left to right in the outfield, it is Grayson Briceley, Harrison Frank, and Ryan Wisniewski. Looking at Brendan Pricel's stats so far this season for Holy Name, 5 innings of work, 3 runs allowed, none of which were earned, 4 punch-outs, and that perfect ERA. This will be appearance number 2 on the year for the senior. A lot on the line for him. Of course, he still wants to go and play baseball at the next level. The question is, will he get that opportunity? And if so, where? Of course, he has the makings to be a Division II, Division I player. He's one heck of a player all the way around. Of course, the family name also suits him quite well. We'll see how he fares today, as this is going to be one of the last outings that he has to show college coaches what he can bring to the table from a pitching standpoint. And on top of that, he will also have the chance to hit today, as he has been on a tear for the Holy Name offense. I would say, outside of Nick Nemeth's power, the best hitter that Holy Name has at their disposal today, batting .480 on the year with 4 RBIs and 3 doubles. On top of that, 2 stolen bases. On Shaker Heights' side of things, a lot of familiar faces from last year in the top 3 with Casey Robinson, Leo Pevnik, and Aaron Neiman in the 1, 2, and 3 slots. 3 and 5 on the year. They look to improve from last year, which, if you ask me, they are much improved from last year's group. You look at their wins, 4-2 over Chardon, a group that beat Holy Name here last year in comeback fashion. Bishop Watterson, the big bat of Division III all the way around. And then Kenston, 7-5, a former OHSAA state championship team dating back to the 2023 season. Of course, the senior class right now were freshmen when they won that state title, but still impressive to see how good Kenston has been over the past couple of years. That's a big win for Shaker Heights, and even their losses, Holman 4-2, New Albany 10-0, and Medina 12-4, taught them something about themselves. The 2 before that, 2 big losses, 10-0 to Rocky River, 13-0 to US. I was talking to their head coach before the game, and he said they had no scrimmages preseason. Those were basically their scrimmage games, so to speak. And beyond that, all of their players pretty much had not played in a while. The main reason, I believe the number was 6. Yes, 6 of his players were in Germany with Shaker Heights' band during spring break. And that made it where they couldn't do any spring training of their own. And that set them up for failure against Rocky River and against University School, 2 really good organizations in Northeast Ohio baseball. It'll be Casey Robinson leading it off here for Shaker Heights. Time locally, 3 p.m. on the dot, and we are ready to go for some rainy OHSAA baseball. First pitch of the day for Pricel misses up and out for ball 1. Of course, since we have seen Holy Name last, a lot of changes for this group. You lose a lot of seniors as a part of the class of 2025, and now the new seniors, the class of 2026, they have stepped up into this leadership role quite nicely. With captains such as Harrison Frank and Nick Nemeth, it's easy to see why this group is still playing as well as they are, but they know they can be better, and last night's game was a perfect example of that. Losing at 13-11, it was split across 2 days. You had a 3-0 lead heading in, but you had 4 players miss that game the first time around due to injury or personal matters. So having to go back out there and play with the old lineup card was not easy for Holy Name. They kept it close in the end, but overall, they still want to try and find a way to get redemption in the conference. Now 3-1 on the year, falling to second place behind undefeated Padua Franciscan. Brendan Pricel's 1-2, and it'll miss inside. A nice block behind the plate from Brendan Kisko, a player that we saw in the green and white scrimmage last season. He and Danny Reichel were 2 players that we had circled of guys that can be the future of this program. And you look here, one's catching, one's at first. Swing and a miss on the 2-2, 1 up, 1 down for the Namer defense. Strikeout number 1 today for Brendan Pricel. And that's exactly the start that Brendan needed to have on the mound. Punch out number 5 on the year for the senior. And with 1 down, that'll bring in Leo Pevnik, the center fielder. unearned runs. That is the killer of Holy Name. If Brendan Preissel can pitch like this the rest of the way on the mound and get a lot of outs at the plate, that is the easiest way to allow your defense to breathe. You go back to yesterday's errors. It was a beautiful day outside. Today, it's raining. It is going to get worse. The ball is going to be very slippery from first pitch on. Preisel's 0-1. A good drive, but foul off towards the right side. Count quickly 0-2 on Pevnik. And we have seen a couple of these players during our summer ball coverage, such as Casey Robinson and Isaac Lazar, who is batting in the number 5 spot and playing third base today for the Raiders. So some very familiar faces on the Shaker Heights roster. Preissel back to work for the 0-2, and this one is to the backstop. The control issues around the diamond, not limited to the rest of the field players. Pitching is also going to suffer if the ball gets too slippery. And I'm sure this umpiring crew is going to have a lot of rotation with the baseballs, getting fresh ones in as often as they can. And really that is up to both Preissel and Lewis on the mound today, and then whoever fills in their wake. Preisel's 1-2, left high. I don't hate that pitch there from Brendan Preissel, trying to get some creativity going from his pitching. And I'm sure he knows from his brother, you cannot give a solid batter a gimme pitch in a favorable count on the mound. The 2-2 in the dirt, and we go from 0-2 to full. In the on-deck circle for Shaker Heights, it is Aaron Neiman, the shortstop. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Once again, the rain steadily coming down, but more of a drizzle now here at Ron Mottl. But that has been the case for about an hour now. The payoff pitch from Preissel is going to miss for ball 4, and that'll be the first base runner of the day for Shaker Heights. Nice job there from Pevnik, drawing that at-bat out, and in the end is able to take his base. So 1-on-1 down for Aaron Neiman, the starting shortstop. After returning a lot of players from last season, you do have a lot of upperclassmen now. Neiman, one of them as a junior. Pevnik over at first base as well, a junior, and Robinson, the exception of the bunch as he is a senior. Preissel's first pitch right back to work, finds the zone, now 0-1 the counts. The first pitch strike is going to be crucial for Brendan Preissel today, and right now, this defense looking for out number 2, and they also have to keep a close eye over at the runner at first. And now they will have a rundown between first and second, and here we go. They will throw this one right back to first, and now back to the wide view we go. And in the end, they are able to track him down for out number 2. A nice job all the way around across the diamond from Holy Name's defense. And there it is. We were expecting some kind of movement there. You take him off the bases, and it makes the job of Brendan Preissel that much easier. But good communication all the way around. There weren't too many throws, no errant plays, and that communication breaks down to good work from Preissel, Reichel, Nemeth, and Svets over from short to the pitch. And Brendan is back to work for the 0-1. A good drive and through into right field. It's a 2-out base knock for Aaron Neiman. Hit number 1 today for Shaker Heights. And that is how you respond, and I'm sure right now with 2 down, they really feel the effect of losing that runner from first. If he was still on there, that's 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position. Instead, it's 1 on, 2 down for Michael Coxon, the catcher. And of course, if this was a different scenario, say 2 on, 1 down, this could be a bunting spot, but of course, 2 down, that really goes out the window. We're still keeping tabs on the runner over at first base, but I would assume he's going to be a lot more cautious this time around. A good drive here on the first pitch, but way foul off towards left field. But great communication all the way around from this Holy Name defense. That's how you get the job done. Even on a base knock, you get the ball in quickly. Wisniewski did that. No errant throws, no kicking the ball around the infield. Just clean plays all the way around as that ball is thrown right back to first and not in time. And a nice job there from Reichel. Made sure he got down and in front of it. If that ball skates away, it's a free base for Shaker. And given how strong the defense has been, you cannot allow that here. Swing and a miss on the 0-1, and now the count stands at 0-2 on Coxon. If the inning were to continue, it would turn over to Isaac Lazar, the third baseman, in the on-deck circle. As for Holy Name, it's Svets, Nemeth, and Wisniewski, 1, 2, and 3, due up in the bottom of the inning. Preisel's 0-2 misses off the plate. And we'll see how the energy levels from both dugouts fluctuate throughout the game today. Of course, it's rainy, it's dreary outside, but in a close game, both dugouts are going to be vocal. We'll see if that changes at all once the scoring gets going. The 1-2 from Preisel, swing and a miss. And I believe they said he got a piece of it, so the at-bat will continue. So that remains 1-2, and that goes down to simply needing to squeeze the ball on a foul tip on the 1-2, or any two-strike count. Preisel looking for his second strikeout of the first inning. Runner goes, the pitch is high, the throw down to second is not in time. They say he is safe. So that will, in the end, put a runner in scoring position as the count stands at 2-2. But an excellent throw from Kisco. Of course, you cannot abandon the stick behind the plate. You try and frame the ball for strike three. You get out of the inning that way, and then your mind turns to trying to get the runner. But at the same time, you have to keep it in the back of your mind, as difficult as that really is to do. Preisel's 2-2, a chopper over towards third, knocked down by Hudak, and his long throw to one is not going to be in time. Reichel will block it, but that will put runners at the corners for Isaac Lazar. And going back to it again, it shows just how important that extra runner would have been for Shaker this inning, as that would have put them on the board here in the top of the first. Always have to keep that in mind as Lazar will now step in. And of course, this is where the first and third play is going to be vital for Holy Name. And I would assume if there is a throw from Kisco, it will be cut off. The question is by who, and I would assume just based on arm strength, Nick Nemeth would be your likely culprit. Runner, he will break late here. They will throw down, and what you know is Nick Nemeth cutting it off. It's like I've done my homework. And it's an easy stolen base there. And that one was just an easy one to decide of, hey, you know what? We're going to delay steal. Most likely they're not going to attack us. So let's get to work another way. And Lazar, he will put this one into shallow left center, and it's down for an RBI single. They will send around Coxon. He will score. It's a 2 RBI single for Isaac Lazar, and that'll put Shaker Heights on the board up 2-0 early. They did not score last year here against Holy Name, but they waste no time this year, making amends, plating 2 in the top of the first. And just a beautiful piece of hitting from Lazar. He couldn't have placed that ball any better. And now that'll bring up Jonah Lynch Pitroff. Shaker Heights just looking to keep this strong inning going as the first pitch is tipped foul. But Shaker Heights off to an early lead. And in the Max Preps era, they are 0-2 against Holy Name. Their other loss was 5-2 on March 20th, 2019. A year later, there was no OHSAA baseball or any baseball of any kind. Another ball put up the middle and threw into center field. The hit parade just continues here for Shaker Heights. This time around, Pitroff, a missile. Back-to-back base knocks. That is the third hit of the day for the Raiders. And that'll put 2 on for Quinn Malone. So 3 base knocks and 2 walks so far in the top of the first. A strikeout to lead things off, and a rundown gone sour for Shaker Heights. Those are the outs so far. This Raiders team, well improved from last year. Preisel, though, trying to work back in as this pitch is fouled away. But a rocky start here for the Holy Name defense after getting a good punch out from Brendan Preisel. This is where BP really needs to reinvent himself on the mound for the Namers. And that pitch will miss low. If Malone can keep the inning going, it would turn to Wesley Holmes, the DH. But batter number 7 this frame for Shaker Heights, and it looked like they were going to be done really quickly too. But out of nowhere, this offense, it got going and in a hurry. And again, good contact, but a foul. But this is how you put some good film on tape heading out of this game. Of course, the focus is here. You get the win, but you want to win some conference games too, and that is going to be crucial. 0-1 in the GCC. You, of course, have to play Medina. You have to play Strongsville, Brunswick, some tough teams. But next week, it's a winnable matchup, a winnable doubleheader across 2 days against Euclid. You beat Euclid twice, then you go to Solon, another winnable game, then West G and Strongsville. If you can gain momentum, win here, and then win your next 4, take a 6-game win streak into Strongsville, when in Rome at home, honestly. And of course, that Strongsville team has so much talent, top to bottom. One of the guys that I play with, Johnny Payne, on that roster. But on any given day, that is the beauty of this amazing game. Anybody can win on any given day. The 1-2, another good drive, this time out into deep left field, still carrying, and it is going to get down again for extra bases. Quinn Malone drives in 1, now drives in a second. It's a 2 RBI double for Malone, and that'll make it 4-0 Shaker. How about those Red Raiders? And you hear that boom. They're getting 4 big booms there. But this is how the offense needs to run from here on out. Talk about a confidence builder. This is a program builder. And we are still in the top of the first as here comes Wesley Holmes. So in the Max Preps era, they had scored a total of 2 runs in 2 games against Holy Name. They have doubled that in 2/3 of an inning. And of course, part of the question is how much of this comes down to the rain. And I don't think it's much. I think this Shaker Heights team is just easily hitting this ball across the yard. The 1-0 to Holmes. It runs high and in. Count now 2-0. 4 total hits today for Shaker and 2 walks. 6 unique base runners. Impressive work. The 2-0 swing and a miss, an enticing pitch, and the count now stands at 2 balls, 1 strike. A refresher for next inning. Svets, Nemeth, and Wisniewski, 1-2-3 for Holy Name. And they need to find their rhythm again. Preisel's 2-1, tipped foul. But for those just tuning in, the Shaker Heights offense, they have really stood tall on the top of the first, and they have put it together quite nicely. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, still a runner over at second. Preisel sets and deals, and that one is blocked by Kisco. Full count 3-2, and Shaker has a chance to bat around if they bring up Andy Berglund. That would be their number 9 hitter. And right now, if I'm Wesley Lewis, I am loving the run support that I am going to have on the mound. Again, only allowing 1 run to Bishop Watterson. You look at this game, you have plenty to spare. Payoff pitch, it is, gonna miss for ball 4. And that'll be walk number 3 of the inning, surrendered by Preisel, but that pitch looked pretty good from here. Nonetheless, here comes the 9th hitter. It's Andy Berglund. But if you're just tuning in as a Shaker Heights fan, you must be so overjoyed by this result so far. And you have to be. I would argue that this is the best that you have looked all season. The most runs you've scored in a game so far is 7. And you have 4, tying your second best effort, tied with Medina and Chardon. And you've done it in 2/3 of an inning. This is a group that averages 2.4 runs per game and are on pace to more than double it. And Holy Name's offense, they average 3 1/4. Math says you're in a really good spot right now to win this game. But of course, it is still very early. The 1-0 just misses for ball 2. We do know that Harrison Frank is available today if needed for Holy Name on the mound. But I would assume based on right now, you're just going to see what Preisel can do and try to save him for Gilmore on Monday. The 2-0 right down Broadway. A good response pitch there from Preisel. But of course, for Holy Name, this is the worst spot that you can get down on yourself. This is where you have to shake it off and get to the sticks in the bottom of the inning. Of course, easier said than done as that ball is blocked in the dirt. Kisco, he will throw back, and now the runner easily takes third. Put him at the corners, 3-1 count. You don't really even need to set up the first and third here. If this is a walk, the bases are loaded for Robinson at the top of the order. Yes, he struck out his first time up, but he is one of your best hitters. This is the absolute dream start for Shaker Heights. And can they get one more base runner here? Yes, they can. It's ball 4 high. It's back-to-back walks. And through the order, it is 8 consecutive runners on safely for Shaker Heights. And the only exception right now is Casey Robinson, who has a chance to also reach this inning. Time now called as Holy Name will go out and talk to Brendan Preissel, and we'll see what they decide to do here. But looking ahead to our broadcast schedule this week, join us on Monday from Minerva High School at 5 p.m. as the Lions take on Akron Manchester. Then on Tuesday, we're back here at the Mott 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. as Tri-C takes on Lorain County Community College. Then moving over to Wednesday, that will be Alliance versus West Branch Baseball, 5 p.m. at Alliance. Thursday, we're back at Canal Park for Alliance Baseball against Louisville. Next Friday is right now up in the air. We could do a number of games, but I believe right now we have Marlington versus Lakeview scheduled at 5. Of course, that is weather pending, as if it's supposed to rain at Marlington, we can't do a game there. Next Saturday, this is where it kind of gets blurry. Tri-C doubleheader against Edison State, and then next Sunday, I believe we are off. But some big games coming up. So make sure you stay tuned here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel for all of the action. So back to work we go here with Casey Robinson as he will take strike one. Once again, as this is the 10th hitter of the inning, he is the only one not to reach safely today. But a chance to make amends here, and if he does, it's at least 5-0. This half inning nearly going for 20 minutes as Robinson fouls that one off. And of course, as the rain just continues to kind of trickle in, Shaker Heights, of course, has to understand that they could have to play defense in a monsoon. But the monsoon right now is their offense. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Preissel looking to end the inning here. Instead, it's a pass ball, and that will bring in run number 5. Shaker Heights officially with that run 2 away from tying their best offensive performance of the season. And again, all of this is in just 2/3 of an inning. I am truly impressed from what we have seen with the Shaker Heights team. This is not at all what you would expect to see, just based on all the information given. Preissel's 1-2. Robinson over towards the right side. Scooped up by Nemeth over at second. His throw is going to be late. Robinson is safe. And that will put runners at the corners. And it just continues to get better and better here for Shaker Heights. That'll make it 6-0 Raiders. That'll be a long RBI infield single for Casey Robinson. And now with that, every single batter in the lineup has reached safely at least once today for Shaker. And now going back to the math, you are now one run away from tying your season best. 5 hits so far this inning for Shaker Heights. Impressive all the way around. And now this brings us back to Pevnik. Runner will go here as a strike, and it's an easy stolen base for Robinson. And with the first and third on, you really cannot risk that there if you're Holy Name. But one thing's for sure, this offense, they will need one heck of a rally at some point today. Preissel's 0-1 is in the dirt. But funny what a difference a year makes. Shaker Heights definitely laughing at it right now. The 1-1 blocked in the dirt. And the question is, what defensive changes will we see made after this? And I do think that if we see Pevnik reach or another run scores, we will see the call to the bullpen as there is an arm getting warm now for Holy Name. Pevnik, a shot into center field. It's down. 1 run will score. They will send Robinson as well. He will score. It is a 2 RBI single for Leo Pevnik. Make it 8-0 Shaker Heights. And officially, this is their best offensive performance of the season. And they did it in 2/3 of an inning. Unbelievable. The perfect day at the office for Shaker. 6 hits, 8 runs. Here comes Coach Macetta, and most likely, here comes the call to the bullpen. What a start for the Shaker Heights Raiders. 8-0 your score, and when we return, it is Nathan Gorey on the mound for Holy Name.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The call to the bullpen has been made by Holy Name as they will bring on senior pitcher Nathan Gorey to try and nail things down in the top of the first inning. An inning and a third's work so far this year. 1 run, 1 walk, 1 K, a perfect ERA, and right now has a mountain to climb as this could become quickly an elongated outing for Nathan Gorey. For those just tuning in, on 6 hits, Shaker Heights has scored 8 runs in the top of the first inning, and their season best in a full game before today was 7 runs. Shaker Heights has figured it out. And if you haven't been watching or paying attention, like I wasn't, you're paying attention now to the Shaker Heights team. Easily. First pitch from Gorey missing wide for ball 1 as we are back to Aaron Neiman, who singled his first time up. But with Robinson's RBI single coming a few at-bats ago, every single batter in the lineup today for Shaker Heights has reached safely. And all in the first. A 1-0 wide for ball 2, and of course with that, only one realistically good out was recorded, and that was the strikeout. Otherwise, it was a rundown, and that's it. 2-0 count as Neiman will drill this one into right center field, and it is in the gap. Hit number 7 of the inning for Shaker. He will cruise to second. They will send Pevnik home, and Pevnik will score. Make it 9-0 Shaker Heights. And the bleeding just continues. What a drive. That'll go down as a single and advancement on error. But still, Neiman does the job that he was asked to do. Now 2 for 2 today. I mean, I'm absolutely speechless. A shocking start to the game. Shaker Heights, nearly a kill shot before Holy Name gets a word in. And I can guarantee you one thing. Coach English, he is overjoyed over in that third base coaching box. I don't think he could have imagined this. Nobody realistically could have. A runner at second, still with 2 down here for Coxon, who walked his first time up. 3 consecutive base hits for Shaker. Absolutely absurd. And that pitch is in the dirt. 6 singles today and a double. 7 hits, 9 runs. And on top of that, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 walks. That's the top of the first inning, and we're still going. The 1-0 missing high for ball 2. And for those keeping score at home, it is 3:27. This half inning has nearly gone for a half an hour. That is just how absurd this start has been. The 2-0, a Roper foul. And that one nearly took off Coach English's head. If Shaker Heights ends the inning here, believe it or not, a 9-run inning would not be the best inning that we saw on this field today. Tri-C played at 10 in the bottom of the 4th. We have seen the runs today. 31 combined in game 1, and right now, if you combine this tally with it, we're at 40 runs across 2 games today. And technically, if you just want to slot in the top of the first as the ending of game 1, in 9 full innings, so 18 half innings, 40 runs. That's baseball for you. The 2-1 skips away, and that will put Neiman at third. Count now 3-1, and in the on-deck circle, it is Isaac Luzar, the third baseman. A 2 RBI single his first time up. And Shaker Heights now 90 feet away from going up by 10 in the first. 3 balls, 1 strike. Gorey sets and fires, and it will be left high for ball 4. The 5th walk surrendered of the inning by Holy Name, and that'll put him at the corners again for Lazar. And you look at this inning, you might be at the point where that first and third place simply becomes get the runner out going to second. And if not, Lazar has a chance to bring in 4 runs in 1 inning. And if he gets really, really crazy, 5. But just an obscure start to the game today. First pitch left high for ball 1. And of course, you have a lot of games next week. Looking at Holy Name's forecast, Gilmore Monday, VASJ Wednesday, CVCA Thursday, Brecksville Saturday, next Monday Benedictine. You need pitching. Those are waves and misses at the 1-0, now 1-1 the count. One final reminder, Svets, Nemeth, and Wisniewski due up in the bottom of the first. But a shocking start to the day here at the high school level as this one is put off towards the left side. It's Svets. His throw to 1 is picked by Reichel, and the inning will end there. A nice throw across the diamond gets the job done from Joe Svets' end, and that will put an end to the bleeding. But Shaker Heights, in a half-hour top of the first inning plate, 9 runs on 7 hits. A crazy start for the Raiders, their best offensive game of the year so far. And they are just getting started. Middle of 1 in Parma. It's all Shaker on SmeeSports.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
What a start for the Shaker Heights offense in the top of the first inning, plating 9 runs on 7 hits. Just a shock start to today's game. 9-0 your score. Bottom of 1. It'll be Joe Svets, Nick Nemeth, and Ryan Wisniewski stepping in for Holy Name as you are watching OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports. I am Nathan Smee, flying solo on the call for you this afternoon. And again, we do have some action in the Holy Name bullpen, which we will try to identify soon. First pitch to Svets is there for strike 1, and on the mound today for Shaker, it is going to be Wesley Lewis. Lewis, wearing number 12, a junior, was the winning pitcher against Bishop Watterson a few weeks ago in one of the biggest wins of the year so far for Shaker Heights baseball. And they look for another big win here today, and right now they are on the right track. An 0-2 count on Svets, and that one will miss high. Entering play today, Joe Svets batting .286 on the year with 2 RBIs and 1 double. And of course, his claim to fame on the bases with 5 stolen bases. The 1-2, swing and a miss, 1 up, 1 down, and 1 punch out for Wesley Lewis. As of right now for Shaker Heights, this is a game about putting themselves on the map. And with a start like this, if Wesley can pitch the same way from here on out, this is how you get yourself on the map, and this is how you get noticed. The time is now for Shaker Heights, as here comes Nick Nemeth. First pitch missing high for ball 1. Of course, Nick Nemeth leads the team with 2 home runs. To rephrase, he has both home runs this season for Holy Name. And we'll see if he can add a third one today. But right now in a 2-0 count, really no spot to swing away. On the bases, he does have 2 stolen. Lewis is 2-0, and that time it is to the backstop. But as the rain continues to come down, this could quickly become a very sloppy game all the way around. And if you're Holy Name, you need a slugfest. To win right now, you need to combine 19 runs. You need to score the next 10. But of course, right now, this has to be really, really simple. Chip away when you can. And by all means, avoid the run rule in 5. The 3-0, it is ball 4, and Nemeth will take the trot down to first base. First walk of the day surrendered by Wesley Lewis. And that'll bring up Ryan Wisniewski for Holy Name. Wiz so far in the year batting a buck, or rather .083 with 2 stolen bases. But right now, the top of the lineup just trying to figure it out for Holy Name. First pitch there for strike 1. But these namers have battled back from some tough results in the past. They know how to get the job done, and in year number 2 of the Mike Macetta era, going 14-14, it was a great step in the right direction, in my opinion. And of course, with the new format, more teams can win districts. And talking to Coach Kaplik earlier today before the Tri-Seed game, it went from 8% of teams winning district titles to 25% in the expanded format, give or take a few percents. The 1-1, a ground ball over towards right and through. A big base knock for Ryan Wisniewski. That'll put 2 on here for Brendan Preissel, the hot bat in the lineup for Holy Name as of late. An excellent piece of hitting there for Ryan Wisniewski. He has been due for a while now, and the due has finally come to pass. We'll watch it back here on the replay. Just takes it the other way. A nice piece of hitting, a chopper. But the ball is going to travel well on the turf. If you get that hop played the right way, it is going to skyrocket off of it. And that's exactly what happened there. And that sets you up nicely. 2 on, 1 down in the bottom of the first. And again, with your best hitter now batting. .480 average, 4 RBIs, 3 doubles on the year for Brendan Preissel. And he will foul that one off. Now 1-1 the count. Of course, the younger brother of former Holy Name great Connor Preissel, who is now a senior pitcher at Miami of Ohio. And I'm sure the Redhawks want to have a season on par with their basketball counterparts. But not a transfer portal cycle with what we've seen so far out of Oxford. The 1-1 up high for ball 2. But we talk a lot about collegiate athletics here on SmeeSports, especially USCAA and JUCO. But with the growth of both of those avenues, we are going to see a lot of new ways for players to play the game. And that is especially true with baseball. Of course, true for basketball and other sports, but still, baseball is the number one. And I do also want to send out my congratulations to Braden Gross, a player that we have seen on the channel before from Louisville, transferring from Walsh to Division I Northern Illinois in the MAC. The 3-1 Price look, it's way underneath it, a skyer right in front of us, and it will be caught for out number 2. A nice job behind the plate by Cox and able to bring that one in. And that is exactly what the doctor ordered for this defense. Just an unfortunate swing there on the 3-1 from Preisel. And that'll really help out Shaker here as they now have 2 down. And that will bring up Garrett Nemec. Nemec so far in the year 0 for 6. Looking to change that here today as it's a good swing but foul down the right side. Looking ahead to the second inning for Shaker, it is going to be Lynch, Pitroff, Malone, and Holmes. 6, 7, and 8 due up the second time around for the Raiders. A 1 count here on Nemec. Runners in motion, swing and miss high. The throw down to third is not in time. Nemeth, he will go home and he will easily score. Holy Name is on the board. Another ball goes wide. That time he will stay put, but that'll make it 9-1. And it's exactly what the doctor ordered. All you have to do here is just chip away. Get runs when you can. And that helps out in a massive way for this Holy Name team. It might not seem like much right now, but if they can consistently score 1 or 2 runs per inning and shut down the Shaker offense, they do have a chance to get back in this game. Swing and a miss, a heavy wave there, and the side is retired. Strikeout number 2 today for Wesley Lewis gets the job done in the bottom of the first inning, but still Holy Name able to plate one in the frame, making it a 9-1 ball game. Through 1 in Parma Heights, it is Shaker up big on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Ron Mottl Field, top of the second inning, 9-1 your score. Shaker Heights dominating Holy Name so far as you are watching OHSAA Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon live from a rainy Ron Mottl Field. It's Pitroff, Malone, and Holmes this inning, 6, 7, and 8 due up for Shaker. One of their best games so far this season overall. But if you look offensively, this is, plain and simple, their best game of the year. Plating 9 runs, exceeding the most they've scored in a game all the way around by 2, which came in the 7-5 win over Kenston. And this team is far from done. 9 runs on 7 hits, along with a number of walks. A total of 5 walks. They were really creative with how they were able to get on safely. And the Holy Name is on their second pitcher of the day with Nathan Gorey. And the question is, how many guys do we see up and throwing today for Holy Name? The 2-0, Gorey able to find it again and get it in there. And looking defensively, it is going to be Svets back at third. Preisel is at short. And, of course, the plane move, I believe Hudek is just out. The 2-1 misses in for ball 3. And, of course, it's tough. You want to keep Preissel in the lineup. It's just all the way around some tough choices to make. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss, and we are full. But Breisley getting the nod today out and left due to Kushlak's injury. Of course, that is a big loss for this Holy Name squad. The payoff pitch, it is skied off towards the right side. Could be playable in foul territory. And it is caught by Reichel for out number 1. A nice job there by the ranging first baseman. And for Holy Name right now, the key is simple. Just get outs wherever you can get them. A play like that is huge. It gets you 1 out closer to getting your offense back out there to try and do some damage. So just like the first inning, 1 up, 1 down. And that'll bring in Quinn Malone, who drove in a pair on a 2 RBI double his first time up today. And of course, right now is batting in a completely different spot. The fact of the matter is the top of the order will be back up again in the 3rd. Shaker has been so efficient as an offense today, and we'll see how far it'll take them in this game. The 1-0 there for strike 1. And of course, the question is, how long will this game take both teams? Will we actually see it to the ending, or will we be done early? And of course, a lot of that does depend on how much rain we do get. The 1-1 tipped back, and a nice snag there from Brendan Kisko. From up here in the press box, you can easily just hear the skim of the ball off the bat, that little metal doink. But a nice job there, and if it happens again with this 1-2, he has to make the same exact play. And this time he gets them looking. It's 2 up, 2 down. First strikeout of the day for Nathan Gorey. And that'll bring up Wesley Holmes, the DH. But exactly what the doctor ordered for this Holy Name team. If I'm Holy Name, I'm putting the first inning aside. Obviously, you keep it in the back of your mind knowing you need 8 more runs. But I would just say, let's score 9. Let's go out there, the rest of the game, score 9. Or if they score more, and from there, adjust it. But basically play that way. It's a fresh game, but we're just playing to do this. That number goes up if we allow a run. It doesn't if we don't. And just let them go out there and have some fun. And this team, again, they can make the comeback. They just need their bats to get hot at the right time. And so far, they've scored 1 run. They're already making up some ground. The 0-1 there, now 0-2 the count. And if we're playing the game of outs, you have 18 outs to score 9 runs. You're in a really good spot that way, if you think about it. The 0-2, it is in the dirt. But for Shaker Heights, they know they cannot be satisfied with only 9 runs, which, again, this is more than they've scored in any game this season, and it seems ridiculous to say they can't be satisfied with 9. But against this Holy Name team who can score, they scored 11 last night against Elyria Catholic. Of course, 3 of those runs were already there, but looking at last night, just with that, they scored 8. This team can score. They can hit the ball around. Of course, a lot of their wins, 3- and 4-run games, but they can hit if needed. Gorey's 1-2. It is left high. I mean, you look back to last year, they scored 17 against Shaker Heights. They could do it again for all we know. But one thing's for sure, one team got a big jump start in both. Here's the 2-2, wave and a miss. The side is retired. It's back-to-back punch-outs for Nathan Gorey as Shaker goes in order in the second. Middle of 2 in Parma. 9-1 your score. Shaker Heights on top of Holy Name.
Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com. or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Holy Name looking to rally in the bottom of the second inning, down 9-1 to Shaker Heights, as you are watching OHSAA baseball here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Lewis back to work as Brycely puts this one over towards third. It's going to be a tough play to make, and it is not in time. It's an infield single to get things going for Grayson Brycely. A strong start, or rather, that's going to be Chance Anthony, excuse me. Initially told that it was a different player coming in, but a great start offensively. That's how you put that ball in play, and from there you make your move. Of course, once again, with that change that we did see pre-game, a lot of moving pieces to this Holy Name team, and I think we're going to see that a lot as the season goes on, but apologies to Chance. And now that'll bring up Danny Reichel, the first baseman. But for those just tuning in, that injury came courtesy of Kushlak as he is inactive today. Now 1-1. And he will break here. Reichel, a rope over towards third and through into left field. A powerful strike from the first baseman. And that'll put 2 on for Luke Hudak. Or potentially somebody else. We'll see if he does step in here or not. Because, of course, again, this is where the lineup gets a little dicey. It's going to be Nathan Gorey hitting. So Hudak completely taken out of the game. That'll complete the change there. And just like that, Holy Name getting some signs of life on the bases. And now for Nathan Gorey, this is your chance to shine. 0 for 9 so far this year. He tries to lay down a bunt and pulls it back quickly. Going back to our Alliance coverage, this is where Mike Macetta and Jeff Graffis think so much alike. You have 2 on, nobody out. You do the easy thing and bunt. And both guys, they love their small ball. Both have made a living doing it here, whatever the level be, whether it be collegiate or high school. And now 1-1 as that one is fouled back. But small ball is good. And when we see EBC baseball, I'm sure we're going to see it with the West Branch on Wednesday. We're going to see plenty of bunts. And at Canal Park, if Louisville comes out bunting, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, some of those guys, maybe not, such as Xander Triplett, who can definitely swing the bat quite well. The point is, expect a lot of bunts. The 1-1, runners go, a wave and a miss. They put on the hit and run, and either way it works. The double steal pays off, and that's one of those signs of relief for Gorey where now the bunt pressure is gone. Your goal here is simple. Try to drive him in or just do your job. Put the ball in play, and you get the job done. And now time is called as it looks like Gorey is the subject of the conversation. And maybe he was in the way, but the appeal, it appears, will fall on deaf ears. But Holy Name starting to look dangerous here in the bottom of the second inning. Gorey a chance to drive it a pair, looking for his first base hit of his senior season. The 1-2, a good take. And after him, it turns to Harrison Frank, batting for the first time this season. But of course, a really, really good hitter. And we saw that a number of times last year. The 2-2 were full. Another good take from Nathan Gorey. And the job that he has done, the pressure that he had coming in for Preisel on the mound and now in the lineup, immense pressure for the lefty. But he has handled it quite nicely today, and I'm really impressed. Payoff pitch, and it is wide for ball 4. The bases are loaded for Harrison Frank. And if you're Shaker Heights, that might be the worst guy to see come up here with the bases loaded. Time now called as Shaker, they want to talk things over. This is why baseball is such a good sport. The game is never truly over. And of course, after such a great start, you would think, okay, Shaker is going to run away with this one. Maybe not so fast. Of course, Harrison Frank hasn't seen a live AB in a true game setting at the collegiate, or rather high school level, since May 27th, 2025. And that was in the 3-0 loss to Lake Catholic at Gilmore Academy. So it's been a while for Harrison Frank, but he's a natural, he's a pro, he can come out here and do a job. And he has been that guy, and you look at when he was called up, he along with Nick Nemeth, Coach Tim Carter said, can you do a job for me? And both were able to do just that. Of course, that was many years ago now. First pitch to Frank, it is up and in for ball one. And the on-deck circle, it is the top of the order, and this Holy Name team, they might be down, but everybody is on the fence. Everybody is cheering on their teammates. That's the culture around this Holy Name baseball program now. And that's what makes it such a dangerous team to play against. The 1-0 there for strike one. And again, culture truly means a lot in any sport, especially school sports. The 1-1 right down Broadway for strike two. And this is where we need to see Harrison Frank get aggressive. Anything in play, fly ball gets the job done. Avoid a double play, drive in at least one run that way. You do a job. And Frank, he will take ball two up and out. But right now for Wesley Lewis, the goal is to find out number one, specifically at the plate. Then you get your middle infield back to double play depth, and you work out of it with Joe Svets coming in, who is a ground ball hitter. The 2-2, another good take, and we are full. So in a promising spot to now, if this is a ball, Holy Name walks in a run. Full count, 3-2 on Harrison Frank. And the payoff pitch is high for ball four. It's an RBI walk for Harrison Frank. Welcome back to the plate as he is going to take his trot down the line, make it 9-2. One plate appearance, one RBI for Harrison Frank. That is good efficiency for him. One time through the order, 3 hits for Holy Name and a total of 3 walks. A lot of base runners today. Maybe as we expected, maybe not, but here comes Joe Svets. And the first pitch he sees is high for ball one. The weather, of course, is a factor right now, and we'll see if that continues to be the case or not as the game goes on, but I wouldn't be surprised if that is one of the biggest reasons why this is happening here, as that ball will get away, and Reichel is going to stay put. And I think that's one of those where you just stay there unless you have a clean read. You don't want to give anything away for free if you're Holy Name. You have to run the bases smarter. This isn't going to be your Willie Mays Hayes heroics. This isn't going to be your Joe Svets stealing second base. It's off his head into the outfield, and he scores a run versus Hawken last year. And this isn't going to be, not because he's not here, but for other reasons, your Cam Ragazzo running the bases against Revere. This is going to be your clean base running. If you have a jump, you take it. And of course, in the on-deck circle, you have Nick Nemeth, so anything can happen. 2-0 count on Svets as that time Lewis is able to reconnect. Count out 2 balls, 1 strike. The bases juiced here for Holy Name, none down in the bottom of the second inning. And just like that, it's a 3-1 count, 1 ball away from walking in another run. And that would be the 3rd consecutive walk if it does come to pass. And Svets will swing a miss. A clear strike had to offer, and we are full. Again, Nick Nemeth waiting in the wings, waiting for this opportunity. He's not even in the on-deck circle. He's just waiting off to the side as Svets will foul it away. Of course, could go to the collegiate level to play football, could go for baseball, could go for both. And talking to him, he seems to know what he wants at the next level, and he seems to know what he can get. Payoff pitch here to Svets. It is high for ball 4, and that'll make it 9-3. It is back-to-back RBI walks for Holy Name, and this time it's Joe Svets. Still no one down as well in the bottom of the second inning. And here comes trouble. It's Nick Nemeth. Just to read his rap sheet. 318 average, 7 RBIs, 1 double, 2 long balls. And the first pitch he sees is a strike. So far today, 0 for 0 with a walk. And of course, you have to say rap sheet just given the amount of trouble that he has caused opposing pitching. And the 0-1 breaks in there. Right now, Wesley Lewis staring down the barrel of Nick Nemeth's bat and is unfazed. For Nemeth now, the goal is simple. Put this ball in play, especially that right center field gap. And he will take ball one. A good take from Nick as he is getting a little over antsy in the box. He has to be careful. Again, nothing free. That doesn't just say, hey, you can't get out on the bases. It also means, hey, you can't swing and miss at some garbage in the box. The 1-2, it is blocked. Count now even. But Holy Name back within 6 in the bottom of the second inning. We are nearly an hour into this game, and we are nearly not, or looks like we're not going to be out of the second inning by the time we hit that hour mark. 2-2, swing and a miss. He chases the high heat for out number 1. A nice job from Wesley Lewis staying in there, and he will get his third strikeout of the day. With one down now, here comes Ryan Wisniewski, 1 for 1 today. But that was a gutsy performance from Wesley Lewis. Back-to-back-to-back walks and hung in there and was able to get the job done on maybe the most dangerous long ball hitter that Holy Name has had in recent memory. Which, of course, you have to look in the past. There have been a lot of good hitters, but Nick Nemeth's power nearly unmatched. The 1-0, Wisniewski driving to right center field, and it's in the gap for extra bases. Have a day, Ryan Wisniewski. 1 run will score, 2 runs score. Svets will score to make it 3. It's a bases clearing 3 RBI triple for the Wiz Kid. And it's a new ball game here. Make it 9-6. Batting below 100 entering play today, Ryan Wisniewski. A kickstart to the middle of his senior season. What a swing for Wiz. And what a swing all the way around for Holy Name. That is hit number 4 today. And we have 15 combined runs in not even 2 full innings. And Preissel fouls that one off. Preissel last time up did pop out, but what a game here today at Ron Mottl Field. And we thought the first one was crazy with the runs. This one, all sorts of crazy. And Preissel is down 0-2, but it's going to be a big inning when it's all said and done for Holy Name. And looking so far for Holy Name, a 5-run inning. The 0-2, Preissel fouls it back. Next inning for Shaker, it's Berglund, Robinson, and Pevnik. 9-1-2 due up. But this is why you can never count out the Holy Name Green Wave. The 0-2, it is off the plate for ball 1. And of course, not that many people know this, but going back in the day, an older nickname for Holy Name, the Little Davids. And I feel like that is very fitting today. Preissel, a good take. That ball is passed, and that'll make it 9-7. Wisniewski able to come around to score. And the pressure is taken off of Brendan Preissel here. And now the tying run, believe it or not, is in the on-deck circle. What a chain of events here in the seconds. As well, it is 4 o'clock. We are officially an hour in, and we have seen 16 runs in less than 2 complete innings. Give it to me. This is high school baseball. You gotta love it. Lewis back to work as again, Preissel fouls it off. And as well, of course, the Preissel family heavily involved with Holy Name. We've mentioned Connor, but his sister Avery, a great volleyball player, and his mom Patty does so much for this current senior class with helping with their after-prom fundraisers. All the way around, a great family. The 2-2 runs inside, and we are full. And I was talking about this earlier with Coach Kaplick of Tri-C. When I shadowed Holy Name back in 2019, I shadowed Connor Preissel, Brendan's older brother. It's a full circle moment here. Payoff, swing and a miss, and there is out number 2. Strikeout number 4 today for Wesley Lewis. But still, this inning, a very good one for Holy Name. Plating 6 so far. And here comes Garrett Nemec, the DH, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. But right now, Nathan Gorey on the mound is a key for Holy Name, and even offensively, too, he's a key. That's one of the key guys to look out for heading out of this inning. But my biggest takeaway is the fact that Holy Name, down big, didn't just lie down and say, you know what, this game's over. They said, bring it on. And bring it on they did. The 1-0 is there for strike one. And now after this inning, you would have 15 outs to have to get 3 runs to get the win. Again, I like those odds. The 1-1 fouled back. If Nemec is the end of the line, it goes to Apathy next inning as he led it off. So it'll be the same exact setup next inning. If this is where it ends, which Nemec does not want it to be done here. The 1-2, it is in the dirt. And now my question is, does Lewis stay on much longer for Shaker? Of course, had that big performance against Watterson. Do you keep him on here? The 2-2, Nemec down the third base line, but foul. And of course, a lot of it goes down to their pitch support. You do have Euclid coming up, which, if you play your cards right, could be 2 5-inning games, then Solon this week. You have 3 games. Lewis can pitch again. Or do you just trust that he is going to settle back in next inning, which I think you go with that option. The 2-2 is high, and we are full. Because keep in mind, he does have 4 strikeouts. That is the one key thing here. He has only allowed 4 hits. The walks have been difficult to work around, yes, but it's fixable. Payoff pitch is up and in for ball 4. And the inning will continue to its 10th batter and the tying run in Chance Apathy. Crazy to say that the last time he was up, Holy Name was down by 8. Now they're down by 2. What a turnaround for this Holy Name offense in the span of around 30 minutes. First pitch wide for ball 1. So far today, Apathy 1 for 1 with a single that got this half inning going. But this might be the longest half inning or 2-inning tandem that we see all season. 2 innings in over an hour. And the 1-0 is high for ball 2. I watched that 4:04, so I think maybe when everybody's off the field, even if this is the last pitch, an hour and 5 for 2 innings of work. And we still have 5 more to play, which, of course, right now the run rule is off the table. The 2-0, swing and a miss, waved right through it. And that's an aggressive swing, one I do like, but at the same time, you cannot give them too much. You have to be careful here, as if you give this defense an inch, they will take a foot. Runner goes here in the 2-1 as Apathy fouls it back. And Garrett Nemec will take his trot back to first. The rain still coming down here. I believe it is supposed to clear out in the next hour or 2. But as long as it remains playable, we will still have baseball today. I know it would be a shame if this game somehow does not come to count. The 2-2's high, the throw down, it's a good throw. And on a hose, they got him. The side is retired. An excellent throw from Coxon will end the bleeding there, and that'll bring it back to Apathy next inning. But what an inning for the Holy Name offense, able to plate 6 unanswered in the second to make this a 2-run game. But we'll watch it back here on the replay as you can kind of see the rain coming down on your screen. Coxon on the high pitch just threw it right down there on a hose and directly to his second baseman in Berglund. When we return for Shaker, it is Berglund, Robinson, and Pevding 9-1 and 2 due up for the Raiders in the top of the 3rd.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Well, welcome back to Ron Mottl Field, top of 3, 9-7 your score. No, that's not a typo. We have seen so much offense today all the way around on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Leading it off here is Andy Berglund for Shaker Heights. 0 for 0 today with a walk. Nathan Gorey, his task here is simple. keep it going from last inning where he took Shaker out in order 1, 2, and 3. And his first pitch will just miss high. But a 9-run top of the first inning set the stage for Shaker Heights, but Holy Name able to plate 6 runs in the bottom of the second inning, makes this one a very competitive game again. The 1-0 there for strike one. And of course, this is a long game, and this one specifically is going to be a long one, so buckle up. The question is how long with the rain, as I think both sides hope to continue it. The 1-1 right down Broadway for strike two. And during the next half-inning break, we will try and get a radar update to see what we are dealing with. But it is definitely a very soggy day. Gorey's 1-2, beautiful breaking ball, and it will just miss. Svets over at third was ready for that throwdown. And I think everybody else here was too. A really close miss there from Gorey. But in the grand scheme of things, a good take from Berglund. The 2-2, this time it's fouled back. And as they go and retrieve that ball, we'll try to get a weather update here. Right now, rain stopping briefly in 28 minutes just to start again. It'll be completely out of here by around 7 o'clock. So buckle up. Again, the 2-2 from Gorey. It is there for strike three, looking 1 up, 1 down. 3 consecutive punch-outs for Gorey dating back to last inning. And we will go back to the top of the order with Casey Robinson. But if Holy Name is able to come back in the bottom of the third and tie it or even take the lead, this would be one of the more impressive comebacks that we have seen from this team. And a lot of it stems from the fact that they bought in and they didn't give up. Corny as it may sound, it's true. This team is bought in and they could have easily said, you know what, it's raining, we're done, we're going to go out here and we're going to half-heartedly play some baseball. Not at all. This is some of the best ball that we've seen them play in the past couple of seasons. Hit chopper over towards first. It's Reichel. He says, thank you very much. 2 up, 2 down. And going back to the first inning, it's 6 up, 6 down in a row. And of course, since that walk from Coxon, a ground out for Lazar, a pop out for Petrov, strikeouts for Malone, Holmes, and Berglund, and a ground out there for Casey Robinson. Now Leo Pevnik will step in, a walk and a 2 RBI single so far today. 1 for 1 on paper. And Gorey attacks the inner edge again. That is where a lot of the strike calls are happening. It's risky. If it runs too far inside, it's a hard 90. He takes the base. But maybe, just maybe, if I am Kisco behind the plate, I'm setting up more inside opposed to out. This time he sets out. He goes over the plate, and it is driven deep to left center field with plenty of carry. But underneath it and making the catch is Harrison Frank, and the side is retired. Nathan Gorey has nailed it down for the Namers as of late. And just like that, the offense is ready to go again after the defense puts up back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. Middle of 3 at Ron Mottl, 9-7 your score. And when we return, it's Apathy, Reichel, and Hudak. Or rather, instead of Hudak, it is going to be Gorey for Holy Name.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Time now for the call to the bullpen. It is going to be Casey Robinson now on the mound for Shaker Heights as we enter the bottom of the third inning. And in his wake over at first, it is still going to be Wesley Lewis in the game, just off the mound, now at first base. And still, he will not be in the batting order as there is still a DH in place. But welcome back to Ron Mottl Field. And what a game we have on display today. 9-7 your score. Shaker scoring all 9 back in the first. And right now, Holy Name, as I bring back up Chance Apathy, a chance to do some damage again in the bottom of the third. And the first pitch of the day for Robinson is right down Broadway for strike one. Again, I give both ball clubs a lot of credit playing in the rain today and just playing through what has been a very dreary afternoon. Of course, this morning's game able to end without any rain. 24-7 the final as Tri-C was able to upend Point Park's JV team in 9 innings. The 1-1 on the outer edge for strike two. And still, the chip away principle has to be in the back of Holy Name's mind. You need some runs still. The comeback is far from done. And the 1-2 wave and a miss from Apathy. 1 up, 1 down, and 1 punch out for Casey Robinson. As a staff, that is the 5th one today. And now that'll bring up Danny Reichel. Reichel so far today, a laser beam sent over towards third. He is 1 for 1 in the afternoon. And a .250 average as well on the campaign. He has been a big bright spot for this Holy Name team and a big get at first base. And he has the makings of a 3-year starter for this team. The 1-0 Reichel waves and misses. But you can just see the steadiness of the rain just continually pattering down on the turf and the grass. The 1-1, well off the plate. And of course, you look at the first 2 innings, it took an hour and 5 minutes to get through those. Definitely a very, very long start to today's contest. And Reichel will take strike 2 on the outer edge. Count out 2 balls, 2 strikes, and you can tell based on that reaction, he was not too pleased with the call. And again, we've seen a lot of stuff called inside, but not really outside. The 2-2 runs him in, and Reichel gets out of the way. Full count now on 3-2 here. And in the on-deck circle after Reichel, it turns to Gorey. And of course, I would say he has been the story of the day. Payoff pitch, it is well wide for ball 4. And once again, it is going to be Danny Reichel reaching safely. And on that angle, you can really see the rain coming down. So now here comes Nathan Gorey back into the mix as he represents the tying run today for Holy Name. And now will we see a courtesy run or a pinch runner? That's the question. The rain is continuing to pour down, and they will have a runner in place of him. And I think this is where you're going to see Coach Macetta bring in some skilled runners, and here is one of them in Grayson Bricely. 0 for 4 on the year, but you bring him on here, and right now if you are Coxon, I'm thinking, okay, they bring in a runner. This could be a stealing spot, and if not, I still have to be ready just in case. And going back to my time catching, anytime that somebody was pinch ran for, it really didn't matter speed. I was thinking, okay, they're going to bring out one of their fastest guys, and he has the ability to steal here, and I'm sure they're going to be thinking about it. And I'm sure right now, if I'm Grayson Bricely, I'm really thinking about it here of, hey, let's get into scoring position here. Let's help out Gorey, and then after that, let's help Harry do his thing. That's the progression here as there is the bunt shown from Gorey as he pulls it back. Still a small ball approach here for Holy Name. They do have 1 out in the inning, but that really has never deterred this team from staying true to their roots in that regard. But a 1-0 count here. Gorey last time up walked. The 1-0 taken high for ball 2. And of course, if he gets on, all bets are off once Harrison Frank has a crack at it. But 9-7 your score in the bottom of the third inning, and it is starting to get chilly. 2-0 pulled back for ball 3. The back pick is close, but not in time. An excellent idea, though, from Coxon. And now time call by Bricely. But I really do like that decision there to try and dive back and create some chaos. 3 balls, no strikes. And Gorey will take it. It's ball 4. And 2 runners are on, 1 down for Harrison Frank. So far this season, 0 for 0 with an RBI walk. He has more RBIs this season than at-bats. If that was even possible. Well, it is. So here comes Harrison Frank, tying run at first. He will show bunts, and he will pull it back. They have really identified the small ball mantra of this team as the rain continues to blitz in. 2 runners on, first base in, creeping, thinking bunt. Bunt shot again and pulled back. So right now, Holy Name, a chance to load up the bases for the top of their order, which again, Joe Svets is more of a ground ball guy. You do have to be careful, but he is a very capable hitter and a very capable runner. The 2-0, Frank will pull back, and that time it's a late strike. And again, the Holy Name dugout lets him have it. And again, that looked really high from here, and especially from what we saw last game. The 2-1, he will go through it. Count now 2-2. Again, this is his first real game experience since last May. He did bat in some games this summer, but otherwise, high school level, it's been a while. Here's the 2-2, and Frank will take high for ball 3. Full count on hand, and again, it's Joe Svets in the on-deck circle. Could we see Harry Frank walk again? And another question, do you put the runners in motion regardless? They don't put him in motion. It's strike 3 looking, 2 down. Strikeout number 2 today for Casey Robinson, and that one a lot bigger than the first. That is a huge play as, again, you have that tying run on at first. You have to keep that in the back of your mind as much as you don't want to. But now back to the top of the order you go, and here comes Joe Svets. And Svets will take ball 1 in the dirt. So far today, a strikeout and an RBI walk for the third baseman / shortstop / third baseman / wherever he is at this point in the game. And of course, he's at third, all joking aside. That time, it's going to be called a ball high. 2-0 the count. Entering play today, 286 average for Joe Svets. And in the on-deck circle again, it's Nick Nemeth. The 2-0 high, and it's to the backstop. The tying run will now stand in scoring position for Holy Name. And even more so, you just want to give Nick Nemeth another chance. And keep in mind, we are not at the halfway point of this game. That will be in the middle of the 4th. So, still in the first half of this game. It's not like it's do or die time as things stand for Holy Name, but they would love to tie it up here. But I would assume no green light for Svets. The 3-0, it is there for strike 1. And now he is back in the fight. But all the credit in the world to Mike Macedo over at third. He has really coached this team well and has kept them in this game. And the 3-1 is in the dirt for ball 4. So for the second consecutive at-bat, the bases will be loaded for Nick Nemeth. And here is his time. If there was ever a time for somebody to really solidify their Holy Name legacy, add the finishing touches on, here it is. Bases loaded, 2 down, down by 2, a chance to flip a game on its head. The first pitch he sees spirals in for strike 1. Again, down 9-0 in the top of the first inning to battle back within 2 and put the tying run in scoring position, and the go-ahead at first is impressive. And there is Nemeth, a drive and caught over at short, and that will do it for the third. The crack was there, the swing was there, but so was Neiman over at short with the web gem, and that'll do it for the frame. What a catch by the shortstop, and after all that momentum, Holy Name will be blanked in the third. We'll take a second look at it here on the replay. I mean, my goodness, what a swing. If that got over his head, we would be tied. But in the end, Aaron Neiman stands between Holy Name and tying this game up. Through 3 at Ron Mottl, 9-7 your score. Shaker hanging on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com. or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
You talk about a great day at the ballpark, you have to think of Aaron Neiman so far today. 2 for 2 with an RBI single, and as well, the lead-saving catch over at short to end the third inning. He has been on fire today for Shaker, and he will lead things off in the top of the fourth inning. 9-7 your score. It's the Raiders up by 2 on SmeeSports. First pitch of the inning from Gorey there on the outer edge for strike one. Back-to-back 3-up, 3-down innings for Gorey, and spanning back to the first inning, 7 consecutive hitters retired. And he wants that to continue rolling here. And he gets the hefty wave and a miss. Plenty of movement on that breaking ball. But I've talked about him since the first inning. To come in the way that he did and to pitch the way he has been quite remarkable. And on top of that, he has 3 strikeouts today. And that time it'll skip in as it's blocked by Kisco. Just unpacking everything from today's game. It's going to take a lot, but before the game, Kushlak injury moved people around. 9-run first for Shaker, moved even more things around. And now Holy Name riding with Gorey on the mound in an elongated relief appearance. The 1-2 left high. And for Shaker, they are yet to record a hit since the first. They had 7 then, and they're yet to even get a base runner since. And they want to change that here. They don't want this to just be a flash in the pan inning that eventually gets away from them. The 2-2, it is off the plate, and we are full. So from 0-2 to full, and again, the peanut gallery is letting him know, along with Coach Macetta. The answer is going to be outside. That's what Coach Macetta wants to know, and I think it was just a hair out. But definitely a close pitch for Gorey. Full count on Neiman, 3-2. And Gorey will lose them. That ball is behind, and that is a live ball. Neiman, he is on at 1. He will think 2. He's going to take 2, and they will throw down. It's not in time, and it's a 2-base walk for Aaron Neiman. You talk about a great afternoon. It just got a lot better for him. Run number 10 now in scoring position for the Raiders. And that'll bring up Michael Coxon, the catcher. A pair of walks and a stolen base so far today. And that, of course, is a frustrating one. You want to always hustle back there to get that ball in, and time just got away from Kisco behind the plate. But for Shaker, this is where you need to apply that cushion again. Get some distance from this Holy Name team. This is a sneaky good Holy Name squad, and again, I think they're kind of figuring that out the hard way here. And I'm sure Holy Name, they don't want it to be where they had that chance to come back in and tie the game up or take the lead there, and it didn't come to pass, and then give up more runs. First pitch to Coxon misses inside for ball 1. There still is some action in the bullpen, some stretching here. And we'll see if that means there will be some official throwing soon, and I think Coach Sproul's going out there means eventually there will be. The 1-0, Coxon, a drive deep to left field, still going back, and it will be caught on the warning track. A nice job out and left by Apathy to make the play, but still the runner will tag up. It's a productive out number 1 for Coxon. But that ball nearly got out of here. Plenty of carry behind it. A nice job there by apathy to even track that one down in the first place. And now Lazar, already 2 RBIs today, has a chance to try and bring in one more. And now time is called by Coach Macetta. He wants to have a conversation here with the official. Interested to see what that conversation entails. And there is the explanation given, and Coach Macetta, content with it, will walk away. But Holy Name just trying to keep it going here. And of course, still a lot of pressure on that young man who has dealt with it quite nicely today. So Lazar now steps in. And this first pitch, swing and a miss. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Gorey. But again, Lazar, 1 for 2, 2 RBIs and a ground out. Top of the 4th inning, nearing the halfway point of this game at around 4:30. So this one in line to be one heck of a day at the ballpark. Gorey's 0-1, misses inside, and it will be blocked by Kisco. He kind of just died under his feet. And once again, just impressed to see the way that both teams have played in the rain today. And going back to earlier, we really did not expect this game to even get off the ground. We kind of expected to sit here and just not play, but we've played, and it's been worth it so far. The 1-1 fouled off of Lazar. And it looks like instead of Lazar, that's going to be Friedman now in the game. So a change made here for Shaker. And I think you're at the point in the game where you're trying to keep everybody fresh and you're trying to create some chaos. So why not make the move? The count sits at 1-2 on Friedman. And if you're Nathan Gorey, you get the strike out of the plate. You have 2 down, and the force out gets you out of this jam. And that would be a job well done. A grounder over towards short. It's decision time. They will throw to 1. It is in time for out number 2, but at the expense of a run. Shaker is back on the board. Make it 10-7 Raiders. And that was the absolute right call there from Price. So you go and get that out. The bases are now clear. 1 run does score, yes, which is going to come back to haunt you potentially. But you'd rather have a force you're out than a risk at the plate, especially with still plenty of time left to go. A nice job tracking that down, and a nice job from Reichel getting a foot on the bag there. And the base is cleared. It's just back to business as usual for Gorey. And speaking of, there is the swing and a miss. Pitcher off so far today, a single and a pop out. Again, just in the first inning alone, all 9 batters in the lineup today reached safely for Shaker. The 0-1 misses low. Looking to the bottom of the 4th for Holy Name, it's Wisniewski, Preisel, and Nemec. 3, 4, and 5 due up. And they will have a tough task in front of them. Gorey's 1-1 there for strike 2. Able to connect with the top of the strike zone. Bases cleared, 2 down, 10-7 your score on the top of the 4th. Gorey's 1-2, it is in the dirt. Once again, this is the highest scoring game all season for Shaker Heights, and they were able to do that just in the first inning. Before today, 7-5 against Kenston. And of course, that Kenston team is a state championship team from a couple of years ago. And it sounds like in the parking lot that somebody's car is going off. Counts as a 2-2. Gorey back to work. Will miss high, and we are full. 3-2 the count here, and in the on-deck circle after pitch off, it would turn to Malone. Gorey looking to close it out here. The payoff pitch, it is in the dirt for ball 4, and that will give Shaker Heights some life down the stretch in the top of the 4th. A tough walk to surrender there for the Raiders, but hard to get for Holy Name, and now the inning continues. But object number 1 right now is plain and simple. Get out of here. You don't allow another run. and you flip to the bottom of the inning and you have to hit. That goose egg back in the third inning is killer right now. And that was the first half inning today that they did not score. They have to change that here, and they have to get back on the board in the bottom of the fourth, at least one run to make up what you surrendered, if not more. The 1-0, and that are then blocked by Kisco. Again, Gorey entering play today. 1.1 innings of work, so an inning and a third. But this outing a lot longer than that. The 2-0 left tie for ball 3. But his outing could be coming to an end here if he does lose Malone. And in the automatic circle after, we would turn to Holmes. If we're still thinking about that runner over at first. Here's the 3-0, and it is to the backstop. That runner will easily take off, and he will cruise on into second base and take a turn. So put 2 on now, 2 down, back-to-back walks, and now it is decision time for Holy Name. Coach Masada, he checks with his bullpen. His pitcher is ready to go, and it looks like he will make the change here. But we'll stay on just to make sure that is the case, and indeed it will be time now for the call to the bullpen. A new arm on the mound for Holy Name when we return.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County areas, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to all of our advertisers along with Holy Name Baseball for helping to make today's telecast possible. Time now for the call to the bullpen. In the top of the fourth, it'll be the sophomore Luke Hudak on the mound for Holy Name as he will come in replacing Nathan Gorey. So far this year, 2/3 of an inning's work for Luke Hudak, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, and a 42 ERA. So this is a redemption time for Luke Hudak in a really big spot for Holy Name, down by 3, still trying to make this comeback after falling behind by 9 after the top of the first inning. And again, you kind of divide the game in half, 3.5, 3.5. This is where the halfway point of the game is, and we are an hour and a half in, so looking at maybe a 3-hour game as this one is driven deep to right field. Wisniewski, though, is there as he is underneath it and will make the catch to retire the side. Still, 1 run will score for Shaker in the top of the 4th inning, putting their lead back up to 3. Middle of the game, middle of 4, 10-7 your score. Shaker on top of Holy Name.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Ryan Wisniewski steps in to lead things off in the bottom of the fourth inning. 10-7 your score. Shaker Heights on top of Holy Name by a field goal, so to speak, as you are watching OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon live from a very rainy Ron Mottl Field, but it is starting to get chillier and the rain is starting to dissipate at least a little bit as of right now. Swing and a miss from Wisniewski to get us underway. 0-1 the counts. 2 for 2 so far today with a base knock and a 3 RBI triple. Batting below 100 entering play today, Wisniewski has really helped out his case to be in the lineup more often. And this is the exact outing he needed. He needed a get-back outing, something to say, hey, we're going to put it behind us and we're going to figure it out. And he has done just that today. That's just another strong piece of hitting. This time over towards short. The throw to one is picked just in time. It's 1 up, 1 down for the Shaker Heights defense. Now defensively for the Raiders, that is exactly what the doctor ordered. And now that'll bring in Brendan Price. So low for 2 so far today, but of course, a really strong bat in this Namer lineup. Robinson back to work, missing low for ball 1. Of course, both teams entering play today 3-5. The winner earns the right to be 4-5 on the year. The loser falls to 3-6. The 1-0 fouled back, count out 1-1. But this matchup has been a really fun one to watch start to now. And we'll see if that continues to be the case or not as we go into the second half of the contest. Preissel, well, underneath it, skies it off towards the right side. And it is going to be caught for out number 2. Coxon does a nice job tracking that one down in foul territory. And that is the second time today that Preissel has popped out to the catcher. So 2 down now, 2 up so far in the bottom of the fourth. And here comes Garrett Nemec. Well, one thing's for sure, this Holy Name team, they need a spark from somewhere. And again, they had a great chance in the third to really take over again. And I think that is really going to be the haunting inning of the game, so to speak, where it might not come back to matter. Holy Name might be able to get it done in another frame, but as of right now, that was their prime opportunity. And if Shaker can continue to add on to their lead, then from there, you can kind of figure out where this one's going to go. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. And Robinson will miss off the plate. Looking ahead to next week, our next broadcast is going to be on Monday, 5 p.m. first pitch at Minerva as the Lions take on Manchester. The 2-1 breaks in there for a strike. Count now even 2 balls, 2 strikes. That'll be a fun matchup as that'll be our first Minerva broadcast of the spring, albeit very, very late. Here's the 2-2, and Nemec will take it. It'll be in the dirt in the end, as maybe if that one was caught or maybe at a better spot, that could have been strike 3, and instead we are full. Nemec trying to walk for the second time today with a full count now 3-2. Shaker looking for a 1-2-3 defensive inning. And they are not going to get it. There is ball 4 up high to Garrett Nemec. And the senior will take his base. So now that'll toss things to Chance Apathy, the left fielder. So far a base knock and a strikeout swinging. So 1 for 2 on the day. And of course, last inning he would have represented the tying run, but now it's a different world. And the goal for Holy Name is still to chip away it was never about scoring those 6 runs in the second inning. That was just a really good inning all the way around that worked in their favor, but they still have plenty of work to do. Apathy gets a hold of the 0-1 and fouls it off. But the more and more this game goes on, the more and more that urgency is going to be there. And it has to be. You can't just sit back and say, you know what, whatever happens, happens. The 0-2 sails up and out. And you look at Monday, even more so, if Holy Name drops this game, that game against Gilmore, and then VASJ before CBCA, 2 massive games. The 1-2, a grounder over towards first, right to the bag, and Lewis says, thank you very much, the side is retired. No damage done by Holy Name in the bottom of the 4th inning. Off to the 5th we go, Shaker remaining in control on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
With all the rain in the area today, not too many OHSAA baseball games going on as of right now, but if this is the quote-unquote nightcap, so to speak, it has not disappointed so far. 10-7 your score, top of the 5th inning. We have seen plenty of offense from both teams today, but as this one begins to wind down, it'll be interesting to see how both teams played. Shaker, they have scored in 2 innings so far. Same with Holy Name, but that 9 spot going back in the 1st inning, the point of difference right now. Luke Hudak gets the whiff on his first pitch at the 5th, 0-1 the counts. For those just tuning in, Preisel didn't get out of the 1st inning. Gorey took it over and took it through the 3rd, and then in the 4th, with 2 down, walked back-to-back batters, and that brought in Hudak. He got a quick out on a flyout, and now we'll look to try and nail this one down for Holy Name. The 1-1 is skied into center field, and it is to Harrison Frank as he will track it down for out number 1. Holy Name's defense continues to make plays here. And not too many errors today. In my book, I don't have any traditional errors on either end. Just some long infield hits. It's been clean baseball, but some mistakes have been made. Of course, the walks, not ideal. But it hasn't been catastrophically bad, which I know some games, especially in the rain, can get away from both sides quickly. But again, I give both teams all the credit in the world for seeing this one through. And as well, for those keeping score at home, I mentioned a little bit ago, we are expecting a window where we're not going to get too much rain. And knock on wood, this is the window. If there is going to be one, this is it, as I believe it's still a little drizzly outside. But in comparison, I think we have about a half hour until the downpour returns, which, of course, will probably line up with when this game ends and when I have to load stuff into my car. The 2-0. Right there for strike 1. It's all worth it, though. It really is in the end. And this week, maybe not as many games as I would have hoped, but still a very fun week nonetheless. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss now, 2-2. And, of course, part of that is due to the weather, and some of that is due to my own illness. So I do apologize as we had to cancel on Monday, which we probably could have done. The rain at one point kind of backed us away, and then my cough, way worse at the time, did as well. Fly ball into left field. It's Harrison Frank, and he's got it. It's a web gem for Harry. What a catch for the senior. 2 down. It's Super Harry out in left center. What a play. I did not know he had that in him. I've seen the straightforward diving catch from Harrison Frank before, but not the complete Superman extension. That's a beautiful catch for Harrison Frank. Exactly what the doctor ordered. But going back to what I was saying, we do apologize for those canceled games, and then I believe Thursday we postponed as well, which we kind of had to, and same with Wednesday where we're going to have a game, but the weather wasn't really agreeing, and in a lot of cases we don't have a press box, and if we don't have a press box, I have to be selective of the games that we can actually do, which is unfortunate, but it's for the health of this equipment, which, of course, we want to make sure everything stays safe, and that's why we're here today in the rain, as we have the beautiful press box here at Ron Mottl. 3-0 count, as that time Hudak is able to dial in for strike one. And I'm sure right now number 45 is very grateful for his center fielder. The 3-1 from Hudak. A good drive off towards the left side, going back still, and it is going to get down. It'll split left center. Apathy will pick it up. He will relay this one in, and it'll be a 2-out double for Leo Pevnik. He is now 2 for 3 on the afternoon, and we will watch this one back. What a drive from the center fielder. He got a hold of that baseball and then some. An excellent hustle to get all the way around. He thought about 3 at the time, but I think that was the wise decision just to hold up there. And again, with the win today, the ball has been carrying every which way, which I think is kind of what you would expect, but maybe not that much carry. And now Neiman, he has reached safely 3 times today. He looks to come in and do some damage. Of course, also had that massive catch, which as of right now is the catch that makes this Shaker Heights' game still. If he did not make that catch back in the 3rd inning, I would say Holy Name would be up right now. And Kisco, a nice block. Kisco not batting today. I know Holy Name, at least over the past couple of years, has kind of opted not to have their catcher hit on occasion, which it's an interesting one. As a former catcher, I really would not have appreciated it. I would not have been a big fan of it. And once again, yeah, that rain is going to come back as it's really gray off to our left, but that's what they think is best. And right now he's focusing on the blocking, and his blocking has been outstanding as of late. And I'm a big fan of what Brennan Kisco can bring to this Holy Name team defensively. You, of course, have Noah Kushlak as a great catcher when healthy. You have those two, and they can be the catchers over the next couple of seasons. This is a young Holy Name team with some experience mixed in, too, and that experience, it can take them a long way. But this class of 2026, this is a class that we have been waiting to see break out for a long time now. And just to put it on screen, yeah, you can see what we're having right now off to the right and the left, what's coming. And Hudak on the 2-1, able to dial back in to even things up at 2-2. Time locally, 4:50 p.m. So about an hour and 50 minutes into this one. And Hudak will get the foul tip. Count remains 2-2. But there is just a shadow being cast over the field now. I mean, the way this is coming in is just really interesting. Now, is it interesting for the fans below without cover? Not so much. Up here in the box? Maybe. We'll do it again, the 2-2. It's high. And they will say that was the 3-2, so that's ball 4. So Neiman walks back-to-back at-bats. And that'll bring up Coxon. So 2 on, 2 down, and again, Shaker Heights looking to strike with 2 away. And again, just the clouds really playing tricks on us today. But this is Coxon's time as he will take ball 1. Just a bit high. But the wind picking up again, too. The hope was always to get this game in, as right now we're at about a full game. I believe you get through this inning, it's a full game, and from there you cannot pick it up again. So if I'm Holy Name, I'm thinking in the back of my mind that this could be my final set of ups. And you don't want to play it that way. You don't want it to end that way. But you have to think about it as this one is sent up the middle into center field. They will send the runner around from second, and he will score. It's an RBI single for Michael Coxon. and that'll make it 11-7 Shaker. The insurance run, a massive insurance run, is on the board. And you can hear the boom from that Shaker dugout again. They have more than double their best offensive performance of the year, and again, looking out in the outfield. All you can do is chuckle at this point. I mean, we're already here. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're dealing with. It's a lot darker in person. It's not appealing at all. First pitch on the outer edge for strike one. Next inning for Holy Name, and at this point, if we even get to the next inning, it's Reichel, Hudak, and Frank, 7, 8, and 9. But if Holy Name doesn't hit, this is not a complete game. In a weird, twisted way, this game still could not count. Which, if that's how this one ends, I would feel so bad for Shaker. I hope we finish it out. And I think we do have the ability to, even if that means playing the waiting game. The 1-1 chopped over towards third, and it is an easy force out. Svet says, thank you very much. The side is retired. But again, Shaker able to play one here in the top of the fifth, extending their lead to 4. Middle of 5 at Ron Mottl Field, 11-7. It's the Raiders on top of the Namers.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
It feels like we are not in Kansas anymore at Ron Mottl Field on the campus of Tri-C West. Bottom of 5, 11-7 your score, 18 combined runs so far. Holy Name trailing by 4. And now this is their chance to try and come back in. Of course, after this inning is over, this would technically be a completed game if this were to be postponed or canceled due to weather. So I'm sure that is in the back of Holy Name's mind at least a little bit, but of course the goal is to get through the entire 7 as Reichel will pop this one up on the infield. A high skyer over towards second base as the play is made by Berglund for out number 1. And that'll be the first time today that Reichel is retired. So 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch, and that'll bring us Luke Hudak. And this will be his first chance at the plate today as he was taken out before he could hit the first time. A $136 average and 2 RBIs on the year so far for the sophomore center fielder. And now pitcher. Wave and a miss there, 0-1 the counts. And after Hudak, it'll turn to Harrison Frank. But a very windy afternoon, and the wind is only picking up here. Swing and a miss, now 0-2. The way that Robinson has been able to come in and lock things down for Shaker has been quite impressive. He has been stellar on the mound today for the Raiders. And that time he zips it off the plate. But looking at the time, it's 4:56, so nearly 2 hours in. And we are still in the 5th. Which really shows how long the first 2 innings went, as that was an hour. Then 3 and 4 and maybe 5 an hour in their own rights. So a little bit shorter altogether. The 2-2 breaks in beautifully for strike 3 looking. That was absolutely nasty from Casey Robinson. Punch out number 3 today for the relief pitcher. 2 up, 2 down. And we will take a look at that one again on the replay. The breakage was on point. And that was absolutely stellar. And in the meantime, Harrison Frank sees the same thing for strike 1. But here it is. A beauty right there. An absolute beauty from Casey. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Shaker. The 0-1, swing and a miss. And Robinson, he wants to get the side in order. They are yet to do that today. But a chance to change it here. Here's Robinson's 0-2. And Harrison will get a piece. But he came out locked in and dialed this inning. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Shaker, as they're now 7 outs away from getting out of here with a big upset win. This 0-2 skied off towards the right side, and out of play it goes, so we will see it for a third time. And looking in the bullpen for Holy Name, there continues to be action. The question is, will we once again see that change, or is this just for show? One more 0-2, and this time he gets him to swing and miss. The side is retired. Strikeout number 4 today for Casey Robinson. Gets it over with in the 5th, and it's back-to-back punchies for number 5. To the 6th inning we go. Shaker getting closer and closer to this upset win. Up by 4 on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
The call to the bullpen has been made by Holy Name entering the top of the 6th inning. It is going to be Chance Apathy on the mound for the Namers, as he will be the 4th noodle of the afternoon on the mound for HNHS, as you are watching OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports. Again, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. And I believe out in left that is going to be Luke Hudak re-entering the game in that capacity. So he has completely bounced around everywhere today for Holy Name. For Shaker this inning, it's Pitcheroff, Malone, and Holmes. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Raiders. And Apathy's first pitch will miss low in the dirt. Entering play today, Chance, a 3.50 ERA, 2 innings of work, 4 runs allowed, 1 of which was earned, 4 walks, 1 punch out, and an 0-1 record in 1 appearance. So appearance number 2 of the year for Apathy. And I think this is the point where Coach Macedo wants to try and get in a bunch of different guys to see what they can do. The 2-0, it is there for strike 1. And of course, the only reason right now that there is a ball game is Nathan Gorian, the way that he was able to come in and kind of bridge the gap for the pitching. The 2-1 pops up off towards the right side. Plenty of carry into right field. It's Wisniewski underneath it as he will make the grab for out number 1. Lost a hat in the process, but still a nice grab by the right fielder who has had himself quite a nice day at the plate. 2 for 3. And that'll be his best outing of the young season so far. But believe it or not, in around a month from now, we will be talking about the OHSAA tournament. And with it all, the nuances that come along with it, as I'm sure there will be a lot of changes coming in a few years to the format, as I think a lot of people do not like the 7-division format, or at least what it is in its current form. The 1-0 misses in the dirt for ball 2. And in my opinion, I wouldn't hate to see a playoff format very similar to football where they trim it down to 12 teams, but maybe for baseball, softball, basketball, 16 teams make it. And then from there, that's each region, so 64 per division. And then from there, it really slices it down. It gets rid of teams who are only there because every team makes it. And it gives you the best of the best in the tournament. And then from there, you always know what you're up against. You're not picking your opponent based on locations. The 3-0, it is in the dirt for ball 4. And with one down, Quinn Malone will take first. Over the last couple of half innings, Shaker has been able to plate 1 run each. No runs in the second and the third inning, but all it took was some momentum from Neiman over at short. That grab was really the difference, and Holy Name since then has not scored. That ended the biggest rally of the day, and maybe the only one. And that time, that ball gets away from Kisco, and we'll put run number 12 in scoring position. And if I'm Shaker here, you score one more, you're up by 5. You're almost slamming the door on the Namers here, unless they can find their spark, which, to their credit, they do have the top of their order coming up in the 6th. But they need to get there quickly. The 1-0 liner, and it is going to just get past Nemeth at second base. It goes to right field. The runner will come home. The play is in time. It's a hose from Wisniewski for out number 2. Once again, have a day, Ryan Wisniewski. What an outing all the way around for number 6. And Kisco, the tip of the leather. As he should. What a throw from Ryan Wisniewski. And the fact of the matter is, Nick Nemeth nearly got to that one too. But that throw home on a dime. And now here comes Andy Berglund. First pitch right down Broadway. But opposed to 12-7, Wisniewski saves a run. Could that be the spark Holy Name needs? And of course, they do have some bats on the bench who could come in and swing if they need to. The 0-1 fouled off. If Berglund is the end of the line for Shaker this inning, it would default back to the top of the order in the 7th. And on Holy Name's side, they just want to go out here and see if they can force Shaker down to their final 3 outs. And the 0-2 skips on in for ball 1. And as well, make sure you stick with us after our final commercial break. Once we go final, as we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. Count sits at 1-2. And there is strike 3 looking. The side is retired. Apathy cooked it up perfectly for the Namers. And that will silence the strong Shaker offense. A blank inning for the Raiders for the first time since the 3rd. Holy Name back at it when we return. Svets, Nemeth, and Wisniewski all due up.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
As we bring it back here to Ron Mottl Field today in Parma Heights, some sad news to report once again. We mentioned it earlier on this week, but Maple Heights head basketball coach Rob Yates at the age of 41 passed away after a lengthy battle with cancer. His funeral service was today, and just seeing some footage from Warrensville Heights head coach Michi Johnson, it really showed how loved he was in the community. And we will definitely miss Coach Yates. We got to see his team play a few years ago at Youth Elite, so once again to the Yates family and all who knew him, we send our condolences and our sympathies and know of our thoughts and prayers with him and the Yates family. The 1-0 misses inside for ball 2 to Svets as we return to the action here. 11-7 your score in the bottom of the 6th. Shaker Heights looking to upset the Namers here. And this would be a massive program win for Shaker if they get the job done. The 2-0, it is in the dirt for ball 3. And again, last year, this is a team who lost 17-0 to Holy Name here. Holy Name had a 10-run first and never looked back. But today, a really close game, especially after Holy Name rallied at the right time. The 3-0 up and out for ball 4. And the leadoff man is aboard for the Namers. As you can see, his bat fly by on screen. A really extensive bat toss there for Svets, as that'll set up Nick Nemeth. But it is well and truly go time for this offense. We have not seen them score since the 2nd. And that is when they played at 6 runs. And running out of time quickly as Nemeth takes strike 1 on the inner edge. You have 6 outs to play with. You need 5 runs to win it here. What can they create, especially with the heart of their order up? The 0-1 wave and a miss from Nemeth. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Joe Svets take off. Of course, one of the fastest runners Holy Name has, if not their best base stealer. And they will throw right back to first. It looks like Robinson is thinking the same exact thing. And no surprise there at all. 2-strike count on Nick Nemeth. Svets will go, and Nemeth fouls it off. And that's one of those I think Svets wants back, running from first to second. And of course, it's not easy just to keep that going throughout the game, especially if you just run him every single time. But you have to play the scenario right now, and that's exactly what Holy Name intends to do. Again, the 0-2. Nemeth this time, a drive deep to left field, and it is going to drop in the gap. A beautiful swing from Nick Nemeth, and it'll be a standing double. And just like that, Holy Name is right back in it. Nick Nemeth delivers a missile for HNHS, and that'll bring up Ryan Wisniewski. What a drive. He was due today. And finally, he puts barrel to ball. And now the Whiz Kid has a chance to do some big damage as well. In the bullpen now for Shaker, there is some movement. We'll see if that movement does lead to anything in the long run or not. But now here comes Ryan Wisniewski. On the day, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. A chance for maybe a few more here. And again, he entered play today with an .083 average with no RBIs. And out of nowhere, Ryan Wisniewski had a breakout day. And oh, by the way, he saved a run. If it wasn't for his throw out in right field, this would be a 12-7 game. The 0-1, he will leave it high. But this Holy Name team has plenty of energy in as well. Brendan Preissel, he is due today. He is in the on-deck circle, and he represents the tying run as things stand. 1 ball, 1 strike, and Wiz will take up and out. But the pressure is mounting on Shaker Heights, and of course the question is, how much of a leash does that young man, Casey Robinson, have? Do you leave him in for the inning and then bring in a closer, or do you make a move if needed? And of course, with the risk of loading up the bases coming, I think at least if Wisniewski walks here or brings in a couple, you will see a mound visit, whether it be initiated by catcher or coach. Robinson's 3-1 is, there for strike 2. Full count 3-2. Wisniewski trying to get the walk or a base knock here. Robinson looking for out number 1. And Robinson will lose him. He misses high for ball 4, and again the bat flip. And as well, he will get rid of all the extra accessories as well. The bases are loaded, nobody out for BP, Brendan Preissel. No one better right now for the Namers. Again, a 480 average on the year entering play today. This is his moment to break out. And of course, Shaker, they want a double play. Preissel, first pitch he sees, fouled back. And I'm really surprised to see no mound visit. I felt like this is a spot where you would have seen one to say, hey, calm it down. We trust in you here. But not yet, at least. Robinson's 0-1. Preissel again on it, but foul. And the Shaker fans, they traveled quite well today. You can hear them quite a lot. They are very encouraging, and that's what you want to see from a fan base. This below. They have seen some bad teams over the past couple of years, but the one they're seeing today, impressing. Robinson's 0-2. It sails to the backstop, and that will bring in one. Svets will score, make it 11-8. And runs 9 and 10 now stand in scoring position. So at a minimum, it might not be the way he envisioned it or drew it up. Preissel still did a job. And he still represents the tying run with Nemec representing the go-ahead run for Holy Name. Count sits at 1-2 now. And that one sails high. Count even as again the wind continues to pick up. But talk about a great way to cap off a week. This is the game of the week, and it came at the right time. The 2-2, it's in the dirt, and we are full. From 0-2 to full we go. And again, that Holy Name dugout is absolutely loving it, and they are chirping as much as they can. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Brendan Preissel. Robinson, the payoff. It's high for ball 4. Again, the bases are loaded. And again, there goes the bat. It's back-to-back walks, 3 in the last 4. And of course, what broke it up was the double. And now time called as here will be our mound visits. But the tying run now stands at first for Garrett Nemec, and what a moment for him. And now this is where he's going to go and talk to his coach. This is where baseball becomes a chess match here. Mound visit for Shaker. And it looks like they are going to bring out Robinson. The question is, who will be on the mound? A lot of changes being made here. We will see exactly what happens when we return. 11-8 your score. Bases loaded. Do not go anywhere. This one, an exciting finish, anticipated and expected on SmeeSports.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to all of our advertisers along with Holy Name Baseball for helping to make today's telecast possible. Quinn Malone gives the thumbs up on the mound as he is ready to go for Shaker Heights in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bases loaded, no one down. And Holy Name knocking on the door as they will bring in Garrett Nemec here. What a moment for the senior. I mean, this is what you dream of as a player. An opportunity like this to come in and be the hero for your team, and that's exactly what Nemec wants to be here. He's a big player for Holy Name over the past couple of seasons. Excited to see what he can do here, and I'm excited to see what Malone can bring to the table for this Shaker squad. And it looks like Robinson, he will re-enter the game over at first, which I believe could mean we see some movement in the outfield as well, but that remains unconfirmed. But bases juiced, no one down, 11-8 your score, as the first pitch is high from Malone. And we'll try to get an update here in a few moments as to who is where. But 5:16, 2 hours and 15 minutes in. And the 1-0 is there for strike one. So now 1 ball, 1 strike. And looking game changer does not have it. Here's the 1-1. Nemec swinging a miss. Count now 1-2, and I believe now it's updated. So hopefully we do have the right fielder in. It'll be number 18, and that appears to be Joey Day. Here's the 1-2, and Nemec will take it in the dirt. Count now even. But a big at-bat here for Garrett. If he can even draw a walk, that would be a massive get for the Namers, as that would make it a 2-run game. And yes, it is confirmed to be Day out in right field. Deuce is here on Nemec. Malone getting his peer in. And he will step off the rubber. But the dugout is letting him absolutely have it. No surprise. That's just what Holy Name brings to the table. Here's the 2-2. Nemec swing and a miss. 1 down. A massive punch out for Quinn Malone. The first batter he faced is able to knock him out. And now, just like that, a double play ball could get Shaker out of the inning, as here comes Chance Apathy. And now this is his potential hero moment. And Apathy will take strike one. Again, next inning for Shaker, it is the top of their order due up. Malone sets and deals, as this time he misses low. Count now even. You got to play at least a few more here if you are Holy Name. And then, of course, in the on-deck circle, you have your big power hitter in Danny Reichel. Could be his turn next. But that pitch inside and connecting from Malone. Now 1-2 the counts. The dugout trying to encourage the youngster. Apathy Jr., one of the biggest at-bats of his career. And he will chop this one. It's going to be a tough play to make if it stays fair. It does. And the run will score. He touched it too early and it died with him. That'll make it 11-9. Apathy does his job. What a big pseudo base knock. And now Danny Reichel has his chance to do some damage. Put this ball in the outfield and let the offense do the rest. It's a 2-run game just like that. A big mistake for Shaker, and we'll see how they respond to it. But Danny Reichel trying to do a job here for Holy Name. And it's a good take for ball one. But they combined 20 runs in game number 2 of our doubleheader today. And potentially more. Patience is key right now. Malone's 1-0, wave and a miss. And if not Reichel, it would turn over to Hudak, then Frank. But your tying run, it stands in scoring position again. And with only 1 down. The 1-1, Reichel takes strike 2, and he can't believe it. That's a tough one there. And I don't really think Coach Masetta over at third is too happy with that one. Plenty of carry to it. It really did not look great up here. But Reichel, a 2-strike count. How does he operate? Malone, same question. And Malone, it's in the dirt. It's a pass ball. And Wisniewski will score. Make it 11-10. The tying run now stands at third for Holy Name. The pressure is well and truly on. I mean, this is unbelievable. So all eyes over on third. What a chance here. Reichel, wave and a miss, 2 down. Strikeout number 2 today for Malone. And that's a big one there. Still 2 on, 2 down, and it's Luke Hudak's turn. But 2 runners on, 2 away. This is a hero moment for Luke Hudak. And Hudak waves and misses. As well, a pass ball would do the trick to tie it up for Holy Name if that were to be the case. After Hudak, it turns to Frank at the bottom of the order. The 0-1, it is low but blocked. And for Coxon, that is the biggest play he has made all day. You got to keep this ball close if you're the catcher. You got to keep it close. He understands that. We all understand it. The 1-1, Hudak gets a piece of it, but foul off towards the left side, and it will be caught, and the side is retired. A big play over at third ends the inning, but Holy Name still able to plate 3 in the bottom of the 6th. Shaker looking for insurance runs when we return. 11-10 your score, 21 combined runs. How does this one finish? Find out when we return to Ron Mottl Field.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Chance Apathy looking to keep this one 11-10, entering the bottom of the 7th inning on the mound as he has to face the top of the order here for Shaker. Top of 7, 11-10 your score. What a game here on SmeeSports, live from Ron Mottl Field. 0 on the count on the lefty, Robinson. And Apathy hangs this one high. But for those just tuning in, Holy Name had not scored a run since the bottom of the 2nd, but plated 3 in the bottom of the 6th inning, and now it's a 1-run game. Anybody's game from here on out. The 1-1 misses in the dirt for ball 2. And all of this is in part to trying to make what is a 9-run comeback. Now 9-0 in the middle of the 1st inning. To rally back to this point is impressive, but of course they want to get the job done. They don't want it to be, hey, we got close. We want it to be, hey, we got the job done. And it's a big difference right now. 3 balls, 1 strike. And Apathy will lose them. It's ball 4, and the leadoff man is aboard for Shaker. So Robinson will reach safely for the 2nd time today. And that'll bring up Pevnik, who has been a tough out all the way across the board. As of right now, no new action in the Holy Name bullpen, so most likely Apathy will be their final pitcher today. First pitch hangs high for ball 1. But 5:25 local time. We've been in and out of rain showers, and I believe the rain is scheduled to come back here in a few minutes from what I'm seeing. The 1-0 hangs high for ball 2. And again, you look into the outfield, you can definitely tell something is about to happen. But around 2.5 hours into the game, one of the longest OHSEA games that you will see all season, and we had a long one on Tuesday that went into extra innings. A 2-0 up high for ball 3. And right now, Apathy just needs to find the strike zone. And for Shaker, they just need to find an insurance run, get 1 on the board, and they feel better. 2, they're in a great spot. And Apathy will lose them high for ball 4. It's back-to-back walks to get things going in the 7th. And now time is called by Coach Sprouls as he will have a word with Chance Apathy on the rubber. And this is a big conversation all the way around. And the question is, again, do you get somebody new warming up? But I will say both teams, the chatter has been great. The atmosphere has been great. They have both been electric. Both fans, both sets have been on fire. There hasn't been anything crazy or uncalled for. This is what high school athletics are all about. A fun Saturday, and I guess in this case, as we're going to kind of zoom in on it, Harrison Frank doing jumping jacks out in center field. Maybe that's kind of what high school baseball is all about. It could be in his mind as he's trying to stay warm out there. The whole outfield's just trying to stay warm. But, you know, this is what it's about. The fans having a good time. The players still having a good time as Harry will keep it going out in center. But just in general, everybody enjoying themselves and having a good time. Of course, taking it seriously as it's still a contest that matters. But all the way around, it's just a day to appreciate what these student athletes bring to the table and the enjoyment that we get from it. And I commend both groups for coming out here today in the cold, in the rain, to support their team today. That's what it's all about. Two great fan bases, Holy Name and Shaker. And Shaker, this is the first time we've seen them. They've gained my respect today. This one, it's skied at the bunt. It's playable, and it's caught by Kisco. One down. That's the best play that Kisco has made all day, and it might be the biggest one all the way around. And to track that in the rain, we saw him have to track one that he kind of had to clear his eyes after last time. This time, stood in there with the drizzle coming down, able to stay in it. That's a job well done behind the plate. And now they'll bring in Coxon, the other catcher. An RBI his last time up as he gets jammed this time. A pop-up up towards the left side as it is Preissel making the play for out number 2. Coach Prowls planting seeds. After his words of wisdom and as well after Harrison Frank doing some jumping jacks, it's 2 up, 2 down. I like to think that Harrison Frank's jumping jacks did more than what Coach Prowls said, but of course that's not the way it goes. Could be though. You never know. And now a chance here to get out of the inning. First pitch high for ball 1. It is Alex Friedman in the game still. So far today, an RBI and a ground out for him in place of Lazar. The 1-0 foul back. And we did see Malone come out in the 6th inning. We could see a pitching change for Shaker in the bottom of the inning. It could be their time to bring in a closer. I wouldn't hate the decision if that were to be what they decided to do. But at the same time, Malone could get it done. The runner will go, and that'll just put him at the corners. And that's one of those with Kisco. I don't hate the decision to hold it. I think it's raining. It's tough to get that transfer clean. If the throw goes wide, you're gifting a run. Let him run the bases and trust everybody else around you. Trusting your defense, it's a pitching concept, but also a catching concept too, as he'll get this one too. But of course, a lot of things we say, really, people think it's just pitching. Not at all. As a catcher, you have to trust the defense because you're the one calling the shots behind the plate. You're the one making some big decisions. It's on you to trust your guys. And the 3-1 will sail high. And that was 2-1, now 3-1 here. And Coach Becerra thought that one was in there for strike 3, which, if that would have been there, it's full count actually, 3-2. If that was there, then my goodness, Zach Greinke would be giving him the key to his city. Here's the payoff pitch. It is there for strike 3 looking. The side is retired. How about it for Chance Apathy? His back against the wall, but his poise through the roof. His only strikeout of the day, but a massive one for Holy Name. And that'll keep it a 1-run game entering the bottom of the 7th. But we'll take a second look at it here. Just a thing of beauty. Right down Broadway. Exactly what the doctor ordered. It's go time for Holy Name. 1 run ties it. 2 gives them the win. Middle of 7 at Ron Mottl Field. It's Shaker hanging on, trying to close out the upset when we return on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
We could see every kid's dream right here, growing up playing baseball, to walk it off on your home diamond to give your team a big win. Holy Name, after the first inning, down 9-1. You get rid of the bottom of the first, 9-0, before they even got to swing a bat. Down by 1 here, bottom of 7, and a chance to come out here and take one from Shaker. First pitch high for ball 1 to Drew Cook. Cook, an 0.59 average on the year, gets the nod here in place of Harrison Frank. And no surprise to see Harry's day is done as, once again, mainly a PO, but played defensively today in center and also decided to hit, and he did quite a good job. Of course, that web gem out in center was really important for Holy Name all the way around. The 2-0 from Malone, right down Broadway for strike 1. And of course, Drew was one of the guys that Coach Posada really liked heading into the season, and it's no surprise to see him get the nod here. The 2-1, it is low for ball 3. And of course, he would represent the tying run if he were to reach safely, and then Svets in the batter's box, the winning run. A 3-1 count on Drew Cook. And Cook, a drive into right field. It is going to be foul, and it is going to drop, so he will see it again. Count full 3-2. Make sure you stick with us, though, after this game is final, as we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. Of course, across the board on both rosters, so many quality candidates for that award. And that'll make my job quite tough today deciding who gets those honors. Full count 3-2 on Drew Cook. Malone's payoff pitch, it is wide for ball 4, and the leadoff man is on. Shaker can't believe it, but the tying run is at first. What a take for Drew Cook, and he now represents run number 11. And here comes Joe Svets. He represents the winning run. And of course, in the on-deck circle, you have Nick Nemeth. And Svets will take strike 1. Holy Name has 3 outs to play with. They have to be careful here. Of course, a double play ball would be what Shaker desires. But again, a look over at Drew Cook. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Count now 0-2. I would say right now, just given the arm of Coxon, it's too risky to steal, but you need to find a way to put your runner in scoring position. 2 strikes on Svets, and they will get him in a rundown. This could be huge for both sides, and they will get the tag down for out number 1. An excellent job by the infield making that one happen. And that completely changes the scenario here for Joe Svets. An excellent move there all the way around from Malone. And he's a pitch away from getting Holy Name down to their final out. The 0-2 and Svets. Did he go? The answer is no, and somehow it's not a strike. That pitch looked about perfect. And now they say he went. There is strike 3, 2 down. An anticlimactic 3rd strikeout of the day for Quinn Malone. But he will take it either way. Holy Name is down to their final out today. Shaker 1 out away from securing the massive upsets. And all eyes lie on 44, Nick Nemeth. And Nemeth takes ball 1 inside. 2 home runs on the year, and again, Holy Name fans, they want number 3 here. They need number 3 here. The 1-0 runs inside for ball 2. And of course, that passed ball right here really would have made Holy Name a lot happier if they had Cook still at first. And that's one of those you have to be careful on the bases. If this game goes against Holy Name, that might be the play that sealed it. And I think they understand that too. The 2-0 is high for ball 3. And I think at this point they're kind of just trying to pitch around Nick Nemeth, so to speak. Not necessarily completely around him, but at the same time, they don't want to give him a meatball and let him do his thing. The 3-0 is high for ball 4. And just like that, once again, the tying run will stand at first. And now here comes the winning run, and Ryan Wisniewski. Ryan has been on fire today, reached safely 3 of 4 times, but somehow in some way, it's not enough right now. He needs to step up one final time. And that ball's in the dirt. Nemeth thought about going. They thought about the back pick, but in the end, Coxon eats it. And that's the right call. But if you're Nick Nemeth, you have to know, if that's in the dirt, do I have it? Yes or no? Split-second decision, and you have to be right with it. No more room for mistakes. The 1-0 sails high for ball 2. And time quickly called. Shaker's coaching staff wasting no time to get out there. And no surprise at all. I mean, right now, it is such a pivotal time in this game. You don't want to waste time and take time at the wrong moment, and all of a sudden this game's out of hand and over. And the words of encouragement are done and satisfactory, and some extra encouragement from Coxon and Malone on the mound. Can only imagine what's going through his mind right now. And you know what? For the third time this week, we're going to see a team bring out the Florida State Seminole chant. Tri-C did it, it worked. Carrollton did it, it worked. Will it work for the Namers here? 2 balls, no strikes, the counts. Ryan Wisniewski representing the winning run as things stand. Throw back to 1, not in time. Then after Wisniewski, it's just facilitators. That's the best way to describe it. Those runs won't count or really matter. It's Preissel as the facilitator in the on-deck circle. The 2-0 left high for ball 3. And I mean, based on the release angle, it might be intentional. Just pitching around Nemeth and Wisniewski to get Preissel up, who, albeit a great hitter, has struggled today. I mean, I want to see the release here to see if that's the case. And it's just a high release. That time it's in the zone, but a lot of those really did not look downhill. Count now 3-1. And it's a good drive from Wisniewski, deep to left, and it's not going to get there. It is going to fall in left center field. The play is made, and Shaker Heights, out of nowhere, will get the job done, and that'll be it. 11-10 your final. What a win today for Shaker Heights. They get the upset. They went up 9-0 early, and in the end, it nearly went against them, but they hold their ground in the end. So Light Insurance runs the difference in this one. 11-10 your final. Shaker gets the win, and when we return, we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville as you are watching OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Welcome back to Ron Mottl Field. 11-10 your final today. Shaker Heights, for the first time in the Max Preps era, able to knock off the Holy Name Green Wave in what was really an impressive game start to finish for both teams. As we toss things back upstairs, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you today. Your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. It is going to be Aaron Neiman, the shortstop for Shaker Heights, looking at his outing today. 2 base knocks, including an RBI, a pair of walks as well. But the big play A liner to third, or rather, in the third, over to short. He caught it. If that ball got over his head, Nemeth essentially would have won the game for Holy Name. Of course, if 2 runs scored, that's the difference. If 1 run scored, which it would have had to have, then this game would be going into the 8th inning. Instead, this win belongs to Shaker Heights. They get the win in convincing fashion, it looked like initially, but in the end, less convincing, but a win is still a win. The Raiders, winners of 2 straight, and they have a chance to double that up against Euclid this week. They can win the next couple of games. The Shaker team is legit, and going forward, they are going to do some damage. Remember Shaker, come playoff time, they are ready to undercut any team they play. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and TikTok, SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn, and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter. As well, go down below and subscribe. While there is no added cost, it greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports as we cover the best of the Cleveland and Stark County areas. As well, if you want to become a broadcast sponsor, our contact information is on your screen as to how you can get in contact with us to make that happen as well. Some big games coming up next week. Minerva, Manchester on Monday. Lorain County Community College Tri-C Baseball doubleheader Tuesday. Wednesday, it is going to be Alliance West Branch Baseball. Thursday, Alliance Louisville Baseball. Friday, right now, Marlington Lakeview Baseball. Saturday, Tri-C versus Edison State doubleheader baseball. Next Sunday, off. And that is your 7-day forecast here at SmeeSports. But that'll do it for us here today at Ron Mottl Field. Shaker gets the job done in the end in a really big way. For the first time in Max Prep's history, 11-10, your final. This has been OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports in partnership with Holy Name Baseball, and I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Ron Mottl Field, and we will see you again next time.